Shannon. Not sure I'm going to be able to tough it out without something, another layer, but we'll see. How's your day? How's your day, Shannon? 222 114 Eastern Time. My shivers have shivers, and it's actually a little bit chilly. I got socks on. That's how chilly it is for me.
She never wears socks.
Just gotta put the cards away from yesterday. Just missed 11:11. Yeah, Lily called 11:11 and I pressed on. I was like 11:11. I've been trying not to come on and just be with self, and I'm guided to come in, so we'll see what happens. But
And this mango is jetted.
what you resist persists, and I keep thinking go on, and I'm like, no, I don't want to go on today. Don't want to go on right now. And I just, when Lily said 11:11, it was like I pressed on it. As you can tell, I'm not even really ready to start. But right on that way. Good sun rising, making coffee. You just woke up. Cool beans. 3 hours Western time. 8:15 for you that way. Thank you, Shannon. Nito, you're having some iced peach tea? We got no peach tea left. I gotta go get some. With honey? Ooh, honey. I don't have any honey. I only like honey. Well, I only like honey if it's real. And I have a specific spot where I'm from in Quebec that I love their honey the best. And there's actually places that actually sell it here. I never really see it to grab it. Shannon says, how are you today, sweetie? I've been emotional. Dude, I've been like, I would say like,
Just
fuck.
push up my sleeves for me. I need to wash my hands, but my hands are sticky. And I don't want... Thank you.
I've been like a fucking freight train on like, what? Like fucking full speed, and nobody's got the fucking cruise control and control since about 6 p.m. last night, Eastern Time. I finished my stream yesterday, I ate, and then I fell asleep for about an hour. And when I woke up, everything was completely just like, boom. That being said, I know that the Schumann was jumping, and solar flares and CMEs and all that stuff. So just flow with it the best that you can. Shannon 222, let out whatever you can. Personally, I wish I could just fucking like let out the fucking biggest scream in the whole wide universe, and I can't do that. So it feels like I'm holding it in. And please don't say just scream, because really people scream around here all the time and it's just fucking ignorant. It's really rude, so I'm not going to be that girl. Besides, I don't know if you ever saw Sonic, the movie that came out a couple years ago. When Sonic fucking let go of his shit, the whole fucking grid went down. And that's how I feel. If I fucking let out what I need to let out, the whole fucking grid's going to go down. Rawr. Oh man, I can imagine. Shannon 222 says, and that little old man is so grumpy. Yeah, I can imagine. Imagine if you're of like love and light and you feel emotional. How somebody who's not stepped into that embodiment of, you know, certain things, how fucking grumpy and fucking ugly it can be, right? So, like, buckle in. we got this. That's why I came on. If I feel like I feel, holy shitballs, right? Shannon says, yeah, that's how I feel. I'm drowning in a negative planet. Exactly. And it's okay, baby girl. It is. Thanks for writing it out, right? That program of everything's always shits and giggles and have a positive thought. Guess what? Guess what? When it's all fucking all over the fucking place, everywhere, all around, and you know, you're like constantly self-sustaining to fucking cherish your own fucking self, to fucking like all the fucking shit, all the fucking time. Like, shit is getting old, Shannon. It's getting old, right? So good. Yes, let it out, man. Love you. Stay strong in cap locks. Exactly. Stay strong. But being strong doesn't mean not letting it out, and it doesn't mean that it's all like fucking pretty all the time. That's it. That's it. Shannon, I need a spiritual uplifting today. Yeah, I need something to jumpstart my fucking heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, being the muse and all that shit is like, could somebody fucking jumpstart my heart? Like, fucking make me, like, help me. You know what I mean? And that being said, I jumpstarted my own heart, like, on so many levels in the last hour and a half, right? I'm being guided to stuff that's like pumping me up. I got weird pump up energies too, like how, what actually like cranks me up. So John Wick is my dude today. That's it, right? When I just am like, duh, it's John Wick, baby. And that's my personal things, my personal stuff. I shared a vid a couple minutes ago. People will either grab it, feel good about it, uplifted, or not. But I roll through my own sinks the way that I flow, and you know, I'm jump starting my own heart. But that's why I came in. Let's do a little jumping together. Yeah.
I can't even pull it apart. It's too ripe.
Shannon says, and that's 7, earthquake 222. Dude, the seismic activity, exactly, through the roof. Through the roof. Ah, Shannon, I feel like my kindness and patience is being tested. Yeah, big time, eh? Big time. Big time. And I'm gonna go with the whole do no harm, take no shit, right? Because at some point, the pinning against the wall of like testing the fucking mama bear patience, guess what? You don't fuck with a fucking mama bear, right? You don't fuck with a fucking mama bear. Just one fucking little bitch slap with the fucking claws today, right? Kindness matters, but at some point, the testing of it, you're going to get what you're going to get. It's going to be raw, it's going to be authentic, and it's raw. Yeah, do no harm, take no shit. Kindness matters, but guess what? We're not doormats, and we definitely are not like your fucking Mary Magdalene to throw stones and be whipping, right? Fucking whip it good, I'll whip it back at ya. Hey, Quick Quid. Dude, you messed me up with your name changes, Quick Quid. I thought you was somebody from down under, baby. Isn't it quid something that people use in Africa? Not Africa, Australia. I was like, who's this new channel? Quick Quid, rar. That's some Australian person. And meanwhile, no, it's Ghost Shadow's 3rd channel. What the heck, eh, sweetie? You got patience for sure. Ghost Shadow's on her 3rd channel. It's Latin. Oh, Latin. Tin Man. If you're Scarecrow, who the heck's Tin Man? Who's Tin Man if you're the Scarecrow?
The lion?
Ooh, who's the lion? Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my.
I think I'm the lion.
First card up. Shannon, do you do cards, like playing cards? What's the Queen of Spades stand for?
I just poked myself with a spoon.
And the channel from the Milky Way Soul Tribe deck is Rebecca. Rebecca. Anybody got any Rebecca syncs? Because I do. Queen of Spades. Juice Newton. What's that song? Queen of Hearts. Desperado. Don't you play the Queen of Diamonds, boy. She'll beat you when she's able. You know the Queen of Hearts is always your best bet. I don't resonate with that. I don't think the Queen of Hearts is your best bet. But hey, that's just me.
I got the pit out.
Gonna blue you, Miss Moderator. Share, share, share if you feel like it. Go Shadow. Not sure what to call you anymore. Go Shadow, quick quid. You gonna make the coffee strong that way? Right on, baby. Make sure that the fucking spoon sticks up in it. We had mega coffee adventures today. When we got to the takeout line, it was like around the corner. And Lily was like, Mom, let's go inside. I was like, no, me not want to go inside. So we like, you know, did the line thing. When we got to the fucking thing where I had to order, she's like, oh, before you order, I'd just like to let you know that we only have tap or taking cash right now. And I was like, huh? So I scrambled looking for cash. I only had $1.25 next to me. The last money that I have, I gave to somebody who asked me for money on the side of the road. And I looked at Lily and I was like, fuck. I was like, okay, we're going in, boys.
Yeah, because it works inside, it's not.
So we went inside. Oh my God.
I told you we should have went inside.
Told you. If we would have went inside, then I wouldn't have heard On the Dark Side by John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band. You guys remember Eddie and the Cruisers, that movie? Super sync that movie, because that movie, Eddie lost his memory for 20 years. It took him 20 years to start remembering what actually happened, right? He woke up one day in a fucking car crash or some shit. Guy next to him was dead. He thought it was his fault, so he ran away, built himself a new life, not knowing anything that had happened. And 20 years later, boom, remember. Eddie and the Cruisers. That's a super sync movie.
I just took a piece of the mango off of the cutting board. It tasted like onions. It tasted like onions.
I might need to do a little bit of cutting board, like lemon and salt.
Yeah.
Get that little.
I got it right off the cutting board. I still have onion in my mouth right now, and I didn't even eat them.
Right on. Well, thanks for telling everybody I don't wash my cutting board properly enough to not have it taste like onions like the next day. The truth in the mouths of babes, eh? The truth in the mouth of my babe. I'm gonna Google it. Give me a second. Queen of Spades. What does that mean? Me's curious. Me's curious like George, the little monkey.
Did George take a mango slice off of the cutting board and it tasted like onion? I don't think so.
You ready for this? That way. I swear, that kitty. The other day, that way.
These are too juicy.
I forget if I was doing my own live stream or if I was on the panel with Matrix Man and all that stuff. But Lily busted me. I didn't feel like putting dishes away, but I needed the cup. And I put my utensils in a cup.
You were on a live stream with yourself.
I was on a live stream with myself. So I put the utensils in a cup when I wash them so that they drip dry. And then, you know, they get put away. But I wanted my cup, but I didn't feel like putting anything away. So I grabbed the utensils. I shoved them in the utensil drawer.
Without organizing them.
Without, like, you know, like separating them. And Lily busted me right on screen. Mom, did you put the utensils away? Like, blah, 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 blah. Okay, you ready?
I didn't charge my headphones.
Okay. In cartomancy, cartomancy, that's a fancy word. I like it. Cartomancy, the Queen of Spades is considered to be a sign of intelligence. It is representative of judgment that is practical, logical, and intellectual. It represents a woman who's creative and makes her plans ahead of time. Dude, I am definitely not the queen of spades. Me's not such a planner.
Nope, not at all.
I'm creative.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But I'm not such a planner.
Okay, where's my headphones charging cord?
I put it inside of there.
Oh, I see. I'm not seeing my button.
Shannon, oh my god, that's hilarious. I threw all the spoons and forks together. Yeah, it's, as long as they're all clean, me not care. Me not care. Like, dude, I don't even like having a lot of dishes. I like having just the basics for Lily and I, so it's like, you know, just enough plates.
I like having a lot of dishes.
Because then I don't do the dishes, because they can accumulate if I have a lot. So the littler amounts of actual cutlery and dishes that I got is better, right? Yeah, Shannon. Less is more. We only had like a couple plates and stuff, and then I got gifted a little bit more. But
Yeah,
you only need what you need, right?
Amy gave us plates.
Yeah.
And some bowls.
Yeah. Half of my kitchen is like rolling on like camping gear.
Yeah. We still use
You know what I
pots
mean?
and pans.
Why would I buy a little baby pot and pan set and shit if I can like just take out my camping gear? And the bonus is that my camping gear is always clean, so if we want to go camping, I just grab it and stick it in the thing. I don't have to like, you know, go through a bin and then re-clean it. It's already clean. Oh, I swear. Less is more. When I sold everything or gave everything away, like in 2019, I never have restocked. If it wasn't for the fact, like, that when we lived with our grumpy old man in our basement apartment, it was like a bachelor apartment, right? We walked in there and everything's ready. Like, everything that we had that we needed to survive was there. And so moving here, it was a restocking of stuff. And that was half of the, like, I was very angry. I was very angry. I had to restock and become like...
it came with furniture,
Yeah.
plates, utensils.
Okay, Lily, everything. But then I had to restock and get, like, a bed and, you know, stuff, right? Personally, if it would have been just me, myself, and I without Lily, I'd probably still be lying on the ground, fucking, like, on a mat, just sleeping on a mat. You do that too? Put the utensils in a cup? Yeah, me too. Otherwise, if you leave, like, spoons lying down, there's that little drip of water. And did you know that drip dry is the best really way to go for dishes? Because when we use cloths and we dry the dishes, the cloths that we use have either lint or, you know what I mean? There's always something on the cloth, whether you want to believe that or not. So drip drying dishes is actually the, like, 144 best sanitary? Is that sanitary a word? Insanitary? Is the best.
Sanitary is a word.
It's the most sanitary way to dry dishes. Just allow them to drip dry, because just the air, right, doesn't have. Because you think your dryer cloths are clean, but if they were hanging there and then your cat's butt is like wiping itself on the cloth, you don't know what he's doing when the cloth is on the counter or hanging on your spot. Oh, I swear. Here I am talking about cat butts.
I found this.
Heck yeah.
I found this coloring book on TikTok where it's a whole coloring book dedicated on cat butts.
Yep.
And cat buttholes.
Yep. She found a cat butthole coloring book. Did you want to order it?
No.
Oh, she doesn't want it though, but she saw one.
You can have it.
No thanks. I don't color in butts. I cannot lie. Oh, let's get Sophia out today. First goddess out today. Sophia, divine wisdom. 47. 4 and 7 is 11, and 1 is 2. You got 4 of each that way. Damn, you's fancy. You're all ready for company. Or you can go 4 days without doing the dishes. Says there's 4 in the chat, so that's
or
a sync.
4 meals.
Ooh, or 4 meals, I guess. I never thought about that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, or 4 meals.
I'm gonna read Sophia. Yeah, that way. Camping for life. Oh man.
Sadly, we cannot camp out here.
Yeah, sadly we live where we live. We cannot camp for life the same way. But hey. Oh my gosh,
And
Sophia.
We can't set up the tent outside.
Okay, divine wisdom. Human wisdom comes from personal experience, but divine wisdom is unknown to our life experience. When we ask for help, we are asking for guidance from a source greater than us, a great unknowable mystery. When we receive it, it's often life-altering, and it affects us in ways beyond our comprehension. The Gnostic goddess, Sophia, who brought the material world into being, arrives to show you how fate and destiny operate in relationship to synchronicity. When you least expect it, opportunities and meetings spring up as if out of nowhere. Your life begins to work out, and you sense your alignment with a higher purpose and power. Trust that you are divinely protected and directed. Practice the act of faith before results. That's the story of my life. Faith
Story of my life, I did go home.
Drive all night.
Make food. I forget the word.
Practice the act of faith before results. This is the essential key, K-E-Y, key, in co-creating your world. I'm going to read the alignment message. When you're disconnected from your higher power, you begin to believe that you are alone, the source of abundance in life. It's wise to commit to conscious and deliberate daily connection to higher power. When you forget to do this, you might place too much attention on materialism, work, money, goals, and the like. The goddess Sophia reminds you that it's the spiritual aspect, the invisible aspect, the essence of your desires that means more than the form. You might be mistaking false for divine guidance right now. It's time to come back into alignment and receive true divine guidance, divested from wishful thinking or ego attachments. Opening to the wisdom of the mystery of the universe is your alignment task now. Let the goddess Sophia guide you to your magic. The most meaningful and beautiful expression of yourself is waiting for you. Yeah, Sophia. Key. Yeah, key. Key is very prevalent right now in my synchronicities. Anybody else got key? Key syncs to the mask. Mask. Why did I say mask? Max. Max. Shout out to Maxine, who shared the Matrix 4 trailer. 21, 22, 21. Matrix 4 comes out. I'm going to share it. I'm not going to play it because it'll get me like bitch slapped in a heartbeat. But I'm going to share it. If you ain't seen the I was going to say John Wick. If you ain't seen the Matrix 4 trailer, I'm going to share it with you guys. It got my mojo rising big time this morning. The word resurrection I find very important. One specific line in the trailer of the Matrix 4 movie, when he says, you know, came back to the Matrix. Yeah, that's so important right now. By the way, I only watched why do I keep saying John Wick? Because I love John Wick. I only watched The Matrix 1 for real. I have no idea what happens in 2 or 3. I might never watch The Matrix 4, but still important for those who are the ones to be guided to watch things. Steve Stone. slightly slanted sleuth. All right, on. Me picking Steve. Me picked a Steve. Whoop,
I'm a
whoop.
chicken.
Number 3, 3 of clubs. Slightly slanted sleuth for truth. Steve. Whoop, whoop. Number 3.
I'm a chicken.
Go chicken. Got any sweet and sour sauce?
What? I'm a live chicken.
Oh. Steve.
But I do love
I'm
chicken nuggies.
3 of clubs.
I saw a thing on TikTok where they gave a chicken nugget.
Yeah, I personally have given bacon bits to pigs. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun watching pigs eat bacon bits.
That's kind of cruel.
Oh, they liked it. Hi, L for Self. Coffee and conversations with a chicken. Triple C's, L for Self. Oh my gosh.
The pigs were eating their brethren.
Oh, brethren. How do you know that word, brethren? You're so articulate. The 3 of clubs. 3 of club people are incredibly bright, creative, and magnetic. Thank goodness, because on the flip side, the 3 of club, blah, blah, blah. That doesn't even make sense to me. What is the meaning? Oh, 3 of wands in tarot. Got it.
There is cat hair everywhere.
Okay, 3 of clubs. Progress.
Oh!
Progress, expansion, foresight, overseas opportunities. Oh, wow. Overseas opportunities. I'll take that. And leave it at that. I don't think I'm going to use Google for that anymore. It's weird. 3 of wands, staffs. Ooh, staff is a super sync right now. Thank you, Shannon 222. I didn't think of that. Staff. How's your day going off for self? You feeling like that rock and roll type of emotional energy going through as well? Hear me cracking? Hi, Karen. Good day, everyone. Blessings. Good day to you, sweetie. How's your day? I heard you shouting on me, Genevieve. Me's calling you inside my heart, if that's what you mean.
Here's Bo.
Here's a little bit of cat energy. L for self, fire signs, Rod's staff. Rod's staff for sure.
He does not look happy to be in this situation.
Oh. That way says I love you, Lily.
Hi.
Lily Rose, Lily Rose. She's got some pretty cool toes.
There's a lot of cat hair in my mouth.
All right on. It'll take away the onion flavor of the cutting board.
Yeah. Well, that's already kind of dumb.
Oh, L for self. The energy is like, wow, grabbing my tits and hanging on. Fuck yeah. Buckle in, bitches.
If you ever go on a roller coaster, you need to wear a bra.
Oh my god. What? No way. L for
fly out.
self. That's like the best comment ever. I just screenshot that. Coming into 11:44. It's 11:43. L for self. Grabbing the tits and hanging on. Yeah, buckle in, bitches. If you ain't got titties, oh, I feel bad for you, man.
Grab the nipples.
Yeah, hang on to the nips, boys. Little boys, you hang on to the nips. Oh my god, I swear. I'm gonna snort anytime. Yeah, little ladies, grab onto your titties, and boys, just hang on to the nips. We're gonna get through this, guys. We're gonna get through this.
Grab onto your
Ooh.
ears.
Bridget, your song of the morning, I'm going to press on it just to see because I'm curious, but I probably won't play it because it'll get me flagged. Ooh, Greta Van Fleet, Candlelight Sessions. Thanks, Bridget. My song of the morning is On the Dark Side by John Caverty and the Beaver Brown Band. When that came on the radio, it was like, boom, instant shift of like, get her done. Everything's good. Oh my God. No way. Karen, yes, it's good. I just finished the dishes and I literally was putting the cutlery away. That's the best sink ever. Get it? Kitchen sink, dishes, cutlery. Rawr.
Mangoes.
And then all I could hear was my name. Oh man, when I call your name, I'm gonna go get your name. It's in the back. It's in the back of me. You want to pull a card after, Lily?
Sure.
Karen, where are you? I've got 3 little things to color. I'm just not sure yet what color me's gonna make your little dudes. My little dudes here. I'm just not sure what color yet. Love you, Karen. Happy Thursday. Whee! Oh, man. Free the boobs for sure. Get jiggy with it. Get jiggy with it. Karen, I used to have a decent handful. Now they're near gone.
Feisty. It's feisty.
Oh, man. More than a handful is a waste, Karen. More than a handful is a waste, sweetie. The less you got,
Okay, he wants to leave.
you know,
What deck do you want me to pull?
no back issues, right? I'm just going to say I pulled the 30 Grasshopper Spirit, Take a Leap of Faith, but Lily is willing to pull out cards, so we're going to like skip to her.
What deck?
Do you want to choose the deck or do you want me to?
Okay, boom, my favorite animal.
Lily's going to pull an animal card.
Hopefully I get
I'm
it.
going to move my butt.
Or cat. Or cat.
Let's see. Ooh.
Gonna stir it up, even though I don't know how to stir a card.
I'm going to put my email in the chat, Karen, if you want to send me an email so I can send you one back. So I can send you the picture.
Okay, this one is the one that I choose. Ooh, he's kind of cute. I think that's a mouse.
Yeah, mouse. Boom.
Nice.
Tends to the little things.
I've never seen that card before.
No, I have. I've pulled it a few times. It's not common all the time.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't come out every week or every month. But this is a super sync, the little things. Yesterday, Mountain Rain's video, she even had a t-shirt that said the little things.
I
Right?
want to show you guys my new plant.
She's going to show us her new plant. Could you not drop it?
Yeah.
You got my email from the message? Oh, okay. Whenever you get a chance, sync me up with your email and then I can send you your drawing. I remembered to take a screenshot of it before I colored it, so if ever you want to get it printed out and color it yourself, then you can. I like doing that with my drawings of both, right? When I put the energy of the color, but allowing for you to put your energy if you ever so chose. All you gotta do is get a photocopy and play
Okay.
play between the lines.
So I've already showed in one live stream a long time. I don't
A week ago.
my other 2 plants, but
Hold it tight, please.
now I have this
This
one.
is her 3rd plant.
When I got it, Amy gave it to me and it was like almost dead, but it's very dramatic.
It's a dramatic plant. It
I
was
just
like
watered
this.
it,
When she
actually.
got it, it was like this.
Yeah, and I put it in some sun. I watered it. I just watered it actually, and yeah.
A little bit of water, risen.
And Mom was cutting it off of one of the dead leaves.
Yeah.
And if you look at this card, there's supposed to be these flowers.
So there
She
was
cut off a flower.
a couple of dead leaves, and I was getting them out for her, right?
With scissors.
And then I know what happened. There was one fucking flower, and I snipped it. Boom! I snipped it.
Nothing's grown ever since.
I mean it. Me did not know. We couldn't.
I didn't even know there was flowers. I never looked at this thing.
If there was one, there will be more. Unless it's that
They're
thing,
supposed
eh?
to look like this.
It grows one flower every 10 years at a full moon, and I cut it off.
I hope not. This won't last for 10 years.
I'm not the best plant mama.
No.
No. I'm good outdoor
You have your
and greenhouse.
Actually, Mom, she went around to, I think you were taking a drive in, to, like, around where Amy was, because she's not there anymore, but, Amy left a plant. It's outside, and I don't think I'm gonna bring that in.
I'm gonna bring it in the living room. Anyways.
Do you want to sell it?
No, not really.
No, not really.
I know, Karen says, if you're pruning, you should just be able to pull it gently and it falls out. I know. I get it. It was like everything inside me said, like, why did you do that? I was like, oops. Oops. I swear, I know. Pruning is a pull, right? Gently pull. Karen, thank you.
Yeah, but if she would have pulled that literally dead plant, that dead leaf, the whole thing might have came out.
Anyways.
It was really stuck in there. Anyway, I'm going to turn my cat into a burrito.
Zoomed in viewpoint of things, yeah. Karen, I never thought of that. All right, on. I'm going to get my printer set back up. I forgot how to use it. Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah, printers sometimes are special.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about that right now. Angel trumpet plants? I don't know the names of plants.
Me either.
Karen, I've tried to grow cannabis.
I'm just beginning to become a plant mom.
I've tried to grow cannabis. One of the plants, I just went to check, and one of my plants is dry to the bone and wilting. I've never tried that. I'm going to read the leap of faith first. 3-0. 3. Never tried to grow cannabis. When I grow up, I shall try to grow cannabis.
Do you guys want a burrito?
You want a catito? Okay, Lily. Karen, you really have forgotten to use your printer? YouTube it. There's always somebody on YouTube that shows how to work stuff. Just put the name of your thing and somebody will be giving you somebody has a tutorial somewhere. I don't know if you can see the cat's face. He's not very happy, to be honest. Grasshopper spirit, take a leap of faith. Right now, you are poised to jump into the next level of your life and move forward into something even bigger than you could have ever imagined. When Grasshopper Spirit appears, it's a fortuitous time to take a leap into the unknown.
Into the unknown! Into the unknown!
I held back from doing that. Okay. When Grasshopper Spirit appears, it's a fortuitous time to take a leap into the unknown, for Grasshopper Spirit represents the innovative spirit that says, why not? And has faith in the powers of co-creation. You're being called to trust that this is the right time to go with that idea, that relationship, or that situation.
He does not look happy right now.
Okay. Take risks, for abundance in all its forms will show up for you. Risky business. Tom Cruise was risky business. Wondrous things await when Grasshopper Spirit appears. You are not going to go backwards, so listen to your intuition rather than your
All of my filling fell out.
So listen to your intuition rather than your fearful ego that resists any change and clings worriedly to what was. Luck is on your side. Jump up, and jump down. Actually, it says jump up and forward with confidence. For Spirit has so much in store for you if you take that leap. Yup. You all
Why
good
is
in there?
there a random lump on the floor?
Elle says it's a whole new world. Mia's singing a whole new world.
A whole new world.
I don't even think she's sugar high. She had a mango, and this is what happened.
I had mangoes and Timbits.
Oh my. This is what happens when mangoes enter the house. Mouse spirit, tend to the small things. The humble mouse pays attention to the smallest details. And mouse spirit calls on you to notice the nuances and the fine print at this time. In your eagerness to meet your goals and pursue your dreams, oh my god, the itchy nose is back.
Itchy nose, itchy nose. I bet there's a song for that.
I don't know. In your eagerness to meet your goals and pursue your dreams, it's easy to forget the importance of clear communication and tending to the little things, including people's subtle signs that they aren't happy. As well, the small voice inside of you that says, this just doesn't feel right. Take your time to sniff out, haha, nose itchy, sniff out what you need to know. Is there some detail or nuance about how you engage with others or operate in this world that is a key to your success, but you've too readily dismissed it as nothing big or nothing special? Mouse spirit reminds you that what seems small might be more important and powerful than you think, so look again. Don't underestimate yourself or your potential for co-creating something amazing when you pay attention to the details. Hey, sweetie, please don't.
I wonder who's in the chat.
Karen, it's weird here this past couple years. Last year I grew 2 plants on my windowsill and the police's camera looks at my height. I don't know what that means. Is that because you guys are not allowed to grow that still? For us, everything's so legal here that it's everywhere. My daughter's in Toronto, and like she said, like it's the smell of pot is everywhere now. Like it's just common. It's just normal now here, right? So L for self, monkeys turn chicken, then troll. I know, eh?
I have butterflies on here. Can I pull another card?
Could you please? Yeah. Choose a deck, baby.
Butterflies. Butterflies. I chose the butterfly deck.
What she calls the butterfly deck is that Nature's Whispers by I can't see. Angela Hartford and Josephine Wall. Right on, Josephine, child, you got a running machine. Baby, baby, right on, Josephine, baby, right on. Anybody remember that song by George. Ooh, second George today. George Thorogood and the Destroyers, Josephine.
Okay. I choose you, Pikachu. Ooh, she's staring at me.
Ooh, she's staring at you. Keep your dreams alive. Isn't that a song by Queen? Keep your dreams alive. Or is it different lyrics and that's just what I'm remembering? 2 and 5 is 7. It's got that into the blue energy, that crystal palace in the middle. The white birds. Bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word. Bird, bird. Bird is the word.
Bird is the word. Okay.
Karen, it's the smallest details that matter. And the last couple days has been about asking, what is it that keeps me back? But I know that I'm going forward. It's my confidence. That's beautiful. You just brought both the cards together, Karen, right? By the smallest things. And then, the back, but knowing you're going forward. And, we always feel like we're taking so many steps back, but we're not. We really aren't. The more that we go inward and think of certain things, right, the more that it propels us forward. And as well, the confidence. You know what? I really resonate that we have all our keys within. We do. But guess what? We were not born or made to just be self-sustaining. So the more that we reach out and have confidence in ourselves to reach out, then we get to know like other mirrors, reflections of ourselves. We have encouragement and we have elevation from other people. Especially like for us like women, the more those us women that we see each other as allies and friends and encourage each other, that ripple effects into seeing men as allies and friends, and we elevate each other as well, right? It's a whole like circle of life of, you know, having enough confidence to be in the energy of other people and allowing other people to see us in order to be elevated and to be seen for what we are now, right? It's beautiful that we have friends and family from our past and our whole lifetime, but they are not always the ones that see in us our actual gifts in the now, right? So having that confidence to reach out and bathe in other waters of other people helps us to see ourselves as we are now and what we can be, instead of that, you know, this is what I'm labeled as, this is what everybody thinks of me as, but I am not even close to that energy anymore. That's important. Where's the card you picked? What did I do with it?
I don't know.
What did I do with the card? Did you give it to me? Yeah. Okay. It disappeared. Like, really?
Yeah.
Did you put it back in the deck?
I gave it to you.
It's right here.
Oh!
No, it's
No,
another
that's
one.
not. Oh.
Where did the card go, guys? What did I do? Oh, there it is. It's kind of under my
It's
butt.
just beside you.
It's just a little bit under my butt. Or my thigh. Yeah, that Michelle Barrett, I'm not even giving her a wrench. She's a troll. She's a troll. Yeah, Karen, no, we're not supposed to be growing the cannabis, but I believe they let you grow a couple of plants for personal. If they wanted to be horrible, they could charge. Right, it's just, it's about staying under the radar, doing it for yourself. Completely. Karen, Genevieve, do you remember scraps as a child? We would put scrap bits of paper because they were angels, etc. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Do you mean like when we did art where we took little bits of tissue paper and then we glued them and then it made art? Is that what you mean? I can't string together the things that are written down. 25. Keep your dreams alive. 2 and 5 is 7. 7. I'm gonna have to get another shirt. I'm just cold and it's not going away. Keep your dreams alive. I don't feel like reading the book. It's gonna trigger me and I'm gonna throw it by the time I'm done. So I'm just not gonna read it. I'm gonna let it be self-explanatory and whatever resonates. No, these scraps were angelic looking. I don't know what you mean, Karen. I'm not sure what you mean. Elf, in a high-pitched voice, me is just not a wee little elf. Me is that and a star. It's just something that flashed into my head, and I haven't seen anyone with them in years. Hi, Allie Berry at 12:02 Eastern Time. How was Alanis Morissette? Guess what? The first car song when we entered the song, the first song when we entered the car was Alanis Morissette. You ought to know. Of course, it was the only song. I really can't stand that song because I'm not so bitter about my exes. I'm that kind of girl. If I leave my ex, you go get that thing in the movie theater by somebody else, little Coco. I hope she's better than me because I don't want you back, bitch. Right? I hope she does it better than me. Right? I'm kind of the opposite of that song. When I'm done, I'm so done that I have zero, like, wanting to go back. Right? Zero. Absolute zero. Like, did I say absolute zero? So that song, You Oughta Know, kind of is like, no, you take him, girl. Anybody, please take him. So we didn't listen to it per se, but I was thinking about you like big time this morning. Yes. Yes, Allie. Tell me when, tell me where. Well, I'll be here, you'll be there, he'll be there. But the three of us, yes. Genevieve, would you like to do a tarot oracle stream with Code and I? Yes, I would. I'm so excited and you just can't hide it. I'm peeing all over the place, you just can't see. I would love to. Love to. Let me know when it's meant to be, and that's it. That's it. That's it. Yes, I would love to. If you have an image of what you mean, get it to me somehow. It'll, you know what I mean? It'll click in. Also, because, you're in Scotland and I'm Canadian, it could be something that's not a part of our, that's part of here, and that, you know what I mean? Or it could be just like the word that you're using is something different than what I'm used to, and that I know exactly what you mean, but I'm not sure yet. So the click of either seeing it would remind me. I will. I don't know why it came to my head. And that's the thing. It's intriguing me, Karen, because if something just all of a sudden randomly popped up in your head that you haven't thought of in a long time, whoa, right? There's a reason. There's a reason. Yeah, I gift wrap my exes. Some exes I would post as well. Yes, just boom. You go, Mr. Postman. You take that ex. In the most beautiful way, right? If you love someone, set them free. If you don't love them anymore, please, anybody, take them because I don't want them back. And I say that in the most loving way, right? Been there, done that, had a few t-shirts, move on. Allie says the concert was awesome. I got too drunk at the concert. It's weird being in the world with these eyes lately, all the agendas. Dude, I think you're very brave to be like at such a big venue for a concert. So the energetic part of you probably just, you know what I mean, needed the tipsy drunk feeling in order to be able to sustain like what was all around. And you know what? Everything in moderation is for the best, right? So I'm glad that you allowed yourself to do that, right? Good for you. But yeah, I can't imagine being at, a concert type of thing right now. That being said, if I was guided and if it was meant to be, I would, but yeah. It is weird being in the world with these eyes lately. It's a welcome relief and reprieve to have just anywhere to be, like within my own streams or anyone else's, or the places that I'm guided that actually feel safe and good, right? People's once you see Allie, you can't unsee. So once you see energy, frequency, auras, once you taste the people's feelings in the air, right? You can't back away and pretend you don't. You can't cover it up anymore. And so, like, the magnitude of how people are feeling, that on the surface, like everything's fine. Oh, my life's so great and everything. But their soul and their heart space, what is they're actually saying, it doesn't match, right? I think that's the hardest thing, Allie, is that you look at someone, they're actually saying something, or, you're at a concert, people are happy, but the inner thing is what you feel the most now. It's not, you feel it all. You can't go back. Yeah, it's overwhelming. I cried half the concert. I honestly cried half the concert. Yeah, I can imagine, sweetie. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for saying it. Um, some people don't grasp that we're so strong energetically. We feel so much that we don't even sometimes I don't even realize that there's tears that are leaking because of just how I'm feeling it all, right? I'm feeling it all. So tears are leaking or they want to come out because, like let's say you're even just grabbing a coffee and there's 10 people will amplify that for a concert energy. You know what I mean? You got 1,000 people in the same like radius. So can you find that one that's glowing that you can see that their energy is like, wee, okay, there's one glowing person that actually like feels like home a little bit, right? Yeah, I actually went up to somebody downtown this summer, and I went up to him. I was like, "You're the only person I've ever seen in my reality that really glows. Like, you're not like everybody else." And he was like, so shocked, right? So shocked. But it was like, "I'm sorry, I have not seen anybody who's glowing like you are, and I'm just gonna come up and randomly talk to you." Yeah, just because it's like I can find people all over the world on the internet who glow, but there's none in my reality the same way. And shocked the shit out of him, basically, of looking him in the eye and saying like, "You're not like everybody else, you don't," and he's like, "Well, no." And I was like, "Okay, I know." And I was like, maybe I just came into your reality because you're the only one that feels like you do in your reality, and maybe I just was guided to come out of the blue to tell you everything you believe is real. You are not the only one, all that stuff. But yeah, see the sirens going popping off again, eh? Yeah. I'll zoom it, yeah, for sure. Am I available to chat at 4 p.m. East on Monday? Yes, unless something weird, something happens, whatever. Yes, 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 yes. 4 p.m. Eastern time, I'm on it. On Monday, on Monday will be the 13th as well. Boom. Monday the 13th, that's Trippy Sunless's birthday, is the 13th. Cool energy. Yeah. Yep. Yep, 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 yep. Karen, I'll definitely find the scraps, the thingy. I might not even have the right name for them then. Yeah, it's possible. Or like your country used a certain name and our country uses a different name, right? And that's the thing is though, although I'm Canadian, like I've read a lot of books from authors that were like, from Ireland and Scotland. So there's some like things that, are not a part of our reality necessarily. Excuse me. The throat today, oh my gosh, super clearing. I'm surprised I'm like not coughing and hacking. I'm burping instead. It's so big. A lot of whoa. So sometimes I have things that I know about from other countries because of the books that I read. Yeah, Karen, I say that. I had a few t-shirts, even put them back on to remind myself, don't go back there again. Never again. Yeah, exactly. Karen, Allie was at the Alanis Morissette concert last night. Most of my concert I can't remember. I would have been either wasted or both. Oops again, I had fun though at the time. I can't remember ever having drank so much at a concert that you know what I mean, that I was wasted because we were in public and because I've always been, even as a child and as a young adult, like a teenager, very conscious of like everybody around me. I was always, and my daughter's the same way. Amy's 21, and she's always the one that even if she gets tipsy or she thinks she's drunk, as soon as somebody has issues, like she's like a mama bear, making sure everybody gets home safe and everybody's safe. And that was my role as well. It was very rare in my lifetime where anybody ever took care of me. I was always the one to take care of others, no matter what. So I don't have, I've only ever in my life, a few times not had memory of things. And I was blessed because the first time it ever happened to me, I was very young. I had drank vodka. I thought I was the shits. We were having shots. And when I woke up the next day and, went back to school on the Monday, everybody had a story about me. And it was like, what the fuck? Right? I didn't remember anything. Thank God I'm not somebody that does certain things, even very young when I was drunk. The stories that they had about me was that I put on perfume. I went and put on perfume while I was drunk, so I smelled really strong of perfume, and then I was cuddly. I was going to cuddle everybody, so everybody was sick of my shit because I smelled like a fucking tank of perfume. It was probably some fancy pantsy, like good perfume, right? It wasn't shitty perfume, but I smelled so much of perfume because when I was drunk, I went and put too much on. So the worst stuff that they were saying that was embarrassing me, and because I kind of blacked out, don't remember it, was that I smelled like a big perfume ball, and then I was like going to everybody so close that when you got a lot of perfume and it's on your clothes, just one hug, even if I was gone, they smelled after. And so I got teased a lot, you know what I mean? But I feel blessed because that's all that I did, right? Other people do certain things, but so I was really young. And I learned right then that like I'm not gonna lose control and be like that girl that, whatever. So
There's no open food, so it's really little.
yeah. For self. In a crowded area, me is standing in 1,000 worlds at once. And yes, go to the shiny ones. Exactly.
Stay on this counter.
Exactly. And for me, shiny just means that there's an authenticity. You okay?
Yeah.
There's an authenticity, aura around someone. And what you say about 1,000 worlds at once is because the feelings of everybody is up. Thoughts are things. Thoughts are things. So all your thoughts that you have, whether you think they're just yours or not, are all up in the air. So if you're walking by a dude and he's like a fucking pervert and he's like thinking about your ass on it, like in a way that's like, whoa, kind of feels like almost like rape, right? Sorry to use the trigger words, but that's just how it is. People think I can think whatever I want in my head. I can have all these fantasies. You go, Lococo. But we know. And some of us have known since ever. Like, you know what I mean? That's why people are called schizophrenic and crazy, because they feel all the thoughts. They're not crazy. They're just so fucking powerful. They feel it all. Then they get labeled as something else because people in the real world won't admit, yeah, I'm a fucking pig thinking all that. I'm thinking this, I'm thinking that, I'm thinking that. So when you feel the thoughts, it gets labeled as some sort of disease. You don't hear voices in your head for real. You're hearing everything of the collective. It's real. It's not imaginary. It's real. So blessed be those people who survive that and find ways to cope with it, because that's just how big it is. And I think it's harder and weirder, and I was naive, right? I thought when I found people of like minds that I wouldn't be living these things anymore. But it's amplified now. It's amplified even more because, that's where we're at. A sea of humans, Allie. Yeah, it is a lot of energy. Yes, Allie, thanks for asking. Code has my email. He emailed me last night and it worked. That being said, thanks for writing that out, because in Code's live stream last night, or was Matrix Man last night that we were on? I can't remember. Yeah, Matrix Man. Yeah. 3 people said, watch your emails. 1111, SS, and Trace B, but I only got 1 email out of the 3. So if anybody's ever emailed me and you never really got a response and you're thinking like, damn, she says email me, then she don't respond, I have like complete proof from last night. 3 people asked me, watch your emails, check your emails, and only 1 out of 3 I received, right? So, and And SS, when he came in, he had sent it before he got to the stream. He just walked into the stream or tuned into the stream, saw I was there, and said, Genevieve, go check your emails. And it still hasn't come in. I checked my junk, and there's no junk in my trunk. And so, you know, I'm not the only one to have spoken about it, but like it's a clear example of 1 out of 3 got to me. So, you know, something's amiss in Denmark sometimes. That's real. It's not a joke. And it's not, you know what I mean? It's not avoiding people. It's the same as comments. We write comments to people and just they disappear. Well, it's the same thing with emails. Karen, Alanis Morissette, one of her records really stands out for you? Karen, yeah. My memory's brutal. Thank goodness I write a lot of it out. I have people come and tell me how I stick out in their lives and how I've helped them, and I love when that happens and I'm reminded. Yeah. Karen, perverts I can feel, and they try to stare me out, and I stare them out. They move their eyes first, and when people like that, I can be a horror. Same, but they don't stare at me in the eye. I can make a grown man cry in a fucking heartbeat without saying a word, right? Without even meaning to. My eyes don't fucking lie, and it's very hard for masculine to look me in the eye, whether they even have, you know, good thoughts or not. That's how, when those of us with the fire in our eyes, we don't even need to speak anymore on some level. And I don't attract certain like vibrations near me anymore as well. In the last couple years, I've really learned how to like tune my body into, I want to be seen as Mama Bear, and that's how I want to be perceived. So it's very rare that I'll like have a certain energy, even be able to come close to my field. So somebody from really far might be thinking certain things, but not for very long even, because I can even repel that now, like for real. I've learned a lot in the last few years of like, why was I a magnet? Why can I be a magnet for certain energies, and how to like they can't even come close. Right? That being said, even through the live streams, anybody who's been with me long enough, you really see what comes in here and what is like, what it just fucking can't even enter to a certain point. And again, I pity the fool who tries to fucking enter and bring certain vibration into the live streams. Do no harm, take no shit. We need safe places and sanctums to be able to hang out and talk, and this is one of them. And I stand by that. 12:21 Eastern Time. Just gonna check if free flow. I'm gonna just put her on. I'm gonna keep my stream up. If I feel I need to stop, I will, to go into free flows. She's mostly doing energy, music and certain things. And I'm anchoring her like at my side, afar. I'm not sure, just I feel a flow right now for us. And I'm just gonna stick with it. But y'all are welcome to go watch Heather as well. Today is a special day, 9/9. A lot of things in the energies, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. Gunnar, bonjour to all. Resurrection, about freedom, the age of Aquarius, light, love, wisdom, the collective. Thank you. Yeah. How's your day, Gunnar? C'est la vie. Hi, Michael Steven. How you doing? Happy Thursday. Karen says, Allie, thanks. I have years and years worth. I will get my books published. Now maybe my youngest is working. Maybe I'm feeling depressed without even realizing. Yeah, I can feel your books. I got the shivers, Karen. It will happen. It will. Hi, Little Wing 619. Good afternoon, beautiful family. I'm making food and listening in. Ooh, neato. If ever you have the chance to like just say what kind of food you're fixing up, gives me food ideas, makes a little bit of people drool sometimes, and just a little bit of food ideas.
A little bit of food ideas in my life.
Yeah, Allie, I think so as well. Fingers crossed. I have a good feeling with us linking up, Genevieve. The mail will come through. I think so as well. I think the time is ripe. You're like of that. Like, first of all, Allie, the way I see you and feel you, you are a natural oracle. It just flows from you. But you are also an oracle who chooses to educate herself, and you know, you dive deep, right? You research and you go get things. And I'm not of that ilk so much. I was throughout my whole life, right, with the books and the knowings and certain things that, and I'm not savvy for retaining things, but it's all inside of me. So that's why I just flow, but I don't necessarily have like the credibility of like remembering things or being able to grab the book to, you know, describe and say certain things like certain ways. So I think the trinity of us are three specific different types of energies that are all really strong and with respect and honor, right, for each other. Me, you, and Dean will be really powerful, for real. Like, it gives me shivers. Fiona, I love that name. Little Wings, Fiona. Yeah, Elf, shields up. Karen, magnet. I had a neon magnet. Ooh, mushroom and cheese omelet. Thank you, Little Wings 619. Yeah, Allie, me too. I hope you do publish those books, Karen, Allie says. Me too. Little Wing 619, sending love always. Sending love back too. Thanks for being with us, sweetie. I know, eh? Gunnar says, yum yum, an omelette. Bon appétit. Yeah, I could go for some eggs today. Yeah, Karen says, synchronicity, Allie. Dean has a lot on 12. I used to get that all the time. 12/21, 12/12. Yeah, me too. Yes, Allie, I feel you, Karen. The synchronicities are abound. Yeah, abound, mateys, everywhere. I think what it's so it's all a flow of synchronicities. The sun's going down for you, Michael? Yeah, Karen, that's me explaining and retaining information. I feel as well that, you know, some of us do have that retaining quality, and then when that's the thing about co-creating and coming together, right? One's strength, you know, and it's not necessarily another person's weakness. We're all just built different ways, right? And the more that we can admire without feeling bad about our things, the more it helps us to flow, right? If I'm meant to retain something, it just flows out of me and I don't even realize I did, right? If I think too much and I want to remember stuff word for word, I don't. And I accept that part of me. It is, you know, it's beautiful. We're all different in what we put out. It's important. Yeah, Allie, me too. I feel you, Genevieve. Thank you. I've forgotten more than I remember. Me too. But that's why the syncs are there, right? Little synchronicities that make you remember. And that's why, you know, like, I don't mean to sound pushy when I say jump in and show yourself, right? But all the things that we have inside that we've forgotten, all we need is a word, a syllable out of somebody's mouth, a word written down, a song, a fleeting passage of just the word of remembering a certain movie from whenever will flash you back to instant remembering. Do you know the movie? And they actually made a TV series about this, or Netflix, I don't know. The movie, it's called Limitless. It's with that dude that everybody loves that did so many movies, that he was in The Hangover, and he was the guy with, like, what's her name? I'm not really good at Hollywood, eh? I don't mean to disrespect to people, actors and stuff. I just don't retain. actors because I don't watch a lot of stuff. Limitless. It's a movie about a guy who, takes something, and when he ingests this substance, I forget if it's a pill or what it is, when he takes this, he remembers everything. Everything. So he uses that, Bradley Cooper. Yes, thank you. Bradley Cooper, the movie Limitless, where he could read a book and then he had the knowledge back and forth in order to manifest, to build, a business and to have it thrive because his memory remembered everything all the time. All the time. It was limitless, right? So I believe we are like that. Everything we've ever known, thought, believed, read, seen, imprinted is in us somehow. And that's why the triggers, the synchronicities, the more that we actually connect with other people, and often it's when we write things or say things out loud, just like you said earlier, that thing that you remembered all of a sudden, Karen, you don't know why you remembered it. And I can't remember exactly what you're talking about, but once we see that thing, it'll be like, boom, like the instant knowing of why you remembered that and why you triggered it in me to know that, so, yeah. Yes. I've forgotten more than I remember. There's so much info out there, but the info that resonates with us becomes a part of our makeup, like clairsentience. Exactly. And it's all in there. An elephant never forgets. It's all in there. Just because it can't come up exactly when we would want it to, there's always a reason, right? If we believe we're in flow, then it'll come when it's meant to, all those things. Hi, Alex. Yeah. Gunnar Silevi, sunny here, fighting for the truth here in France and truth for the enslaved world, slowly but surely, hope, faith, and love. Yeah. I'm gonna move around a bit, but I'm a faith, hope, and charity type of person, right? Faith, the hope, and charity. That's important. I'm cold, can't get rid of the shivers. Hot shivers are from spirit, cold shivers are from source, and I am just like really very cold. Michael, that's what I had. Eggs, potatoes, onions, garlic, and tomatoes. It's 6:26 p.m. here. Right on. You had eggs for like supper time? That's awesome. Me loves eggs at the end or the end of the day more than at the beginning. Or midday, you know what I mean? But I'm not a breakfast person. And I really love eggs, like breakfast for supper or breakfast before bed. Right? I know they say don't eat before you go to bed, but we're all really made differently. I thrive by eating before I go to bed compared to eating when I wake up. I sleep better. They say that if you go to bed on a full stomach, you won't remember your dreams as much because your body's working to digest the food and it's like I'm the opposite. right? So know thyself, to thine own self be true. It's better for me to eat when I'm hungry before bed. That helps me be more tired. I feel like a big bear, helps me fall asleep, and I actually sleep like deeper, and I actually will remember my dreams more when I go to bed on a full tummy. So, you can listen to what they say, but is that what's best for your body, right? Because half of what they say is inversion, anyways, right? So, if every fucking thing we were taught was a lie, then why would you believe what they said about food and when to eat it and how to eat it? Michael, amen, you're right. You get it, eh? And like, that's the thing. One person's expert advice for a certain amount of people's bodies, but that gets taken for truth and spread around the whole world. It's like if we were not programmed to believe we needed to sleep 6 to 8 hours at night, nobody would feel like they were an insomniac. Nobody would feel different because they don't sleep at night. They sleep better during the day. Nobody would feel that they have a lack of sleep because they only sleep in 2-hour increments all the time, right? We would all feel normal if we were just told, however you sleep, that's best for you, and it will change your whole life. Your whole life, your sleep cycle will change. If we were told to accept that and to cherish how we are, instead of perceived as, the weirdos that are up at night owls, all those words, those terms that are not looked at like positively. If our world was conceived that we live like the wolf that we are of our body, we eat, sleep, poop when we need to instead of when we're told. Because from the time you enter the school system, you don't even get to use the bathroom when your body needs it. You know what I mean? How embarrassing it can be to be like 5 or 6 years old and say you got to pee, and depending on what type of teacher you have, you got to wait for another 10 minutes because recess is in 10 minutes. So then you're going to lose a little bit of your playtime. You got to wait to pee or poo. Then you lose a bit of your playtime instead of just being allowed to follow your body's natural order. Right? So important. If we weren't programmed to believe of what we supposedly need and that everybody's the same, how many, just being on YouTube and just the winter that I've spent entering live chats, more people actually comment on my videos in the middle of the night that are from, the same type of time zones as me than during the day. I'll post a video like in the morning, and it's during the middle of the night, the wee hours of the night, that most people actually comment on my vids, guys. Why? Because we don't sleep the way, we don't sleep the way. It's big when you start to realize how many people, only sleep a couple hours a week, couple hours a day, and all of that. Alex, thank you. You could see Bradley Cooper's face when I'm trying to describe who he is, eh? Yeah. I don't mean to disrespect people, like they're the actors, the movies and stuff. I'm not so good at remembering. We were talking about remembering earlier too. And all right, Angoon, c'est la vie. I did a film in school many years ago. It's my domain. Neato. Yes. Thanks for saying so, Angelfish. I went to check in. Angelfish, Heather is live. Rest in peace. Her angel, it's 1 year today. She passed. Yes. I feel guided to stay on anyways. I'm just going to pop in again. She's playing Joe. She's playing Joe. Yeah, I think she's not going to speak a lot today. Like she said, she might not. But I just feel guided to stay here. I'm with her in spirit.
Black and orange app.
Yeah, Karen, you're right. I can see them in my mind's eye. We kept them in pages of books at least 40 odd years ago. Yeah. Little Wing 6 was 9. Really? Cooking mushrooms is my favorite? Aw, that's beautiful.
Orange.
Me is not such a mushroom girl, guys. When I had my restaurant, I would make like from scratch mushroom soup, and everybody loved it. I couldn't even taste it. And that's the thing. A chef's supposed to taste what they make. No, if a chef doesn't like what they're making, they can't taste it to see if it tastes good. Somebody else will taste it. But yeah, that's awesome. I'm that kind of person where there's only a certain amount of things that I don't really enjoy, and it's like more for you guys, right? That being said, I will always try certain things because although, certain textures or tastes I don't like cooked a certain way, 10 years later, 5 years later, 2 months later, somebody else making it, it could be wonderful and I could enjoy it. So I do let myself taste when I feel guided. Yeah, Alex, John Wick is always dressed nicely in a suit before he goes to fight. Fuck yeah. Yup. Mama Bear got out the John Wick vibes today. Needed it. L for self. Water and DNA remembering. Yeah. Alex, I ate mushrooms last night dipped in eggs. Awesome tattoo. Thanks, Gunnar. That's my last tattoo that I got. I got it on August 27th. And actually gonna sink in with John Wick. I watched John Wick exactly a month and 3 days later.
Last year or 2019?
In 2018. 2018. And when I saw John Wick for the first time, and when the daisy synchronicity, I had to pause the film. I had just gotten the daisy on my arm, and the daisy synchronicity throughout John Wick was just like, whoa. Yeah, breakfast all day. Oh man, I love baguettes and cheese. Not all cheeses though. I'm not very adventurous with certain cheeses. Gunnar, c'est la vie. I will eat a French baguette with French cheese. Bon appétit. Brie and Camembert are my favorite cheese. Yeah, that way. Are you like that too? I always grub out before I go to bed. What's wrong with people? Mina knows, and everybody's different, right? What can be like beneficial to one person's body is not good for other people's body. I completely get that. But even last night, I made, oh my God, guys. I cut croissant in two, and I don't have a toaster, so I toasted that in the oven. I cooked up an egg, smashed it. As I was cooking up the egg, before I cooked up the egg, I was like, I want onions. But then I wanted cooked onions and raw onions. So I took an onion, I cooked almost half of it, and then I cut little bit of pieces to have like both flavors. Then I had like an old cheddar, and then I slapped that with so much mayonnaise and hummus and tomato. So croissant, egg, fried onion. Oh wait, hang on. Let me say the layers properly. Croissant, mayonnaise, egg, fried onion, cheese, raw onion, tomato, mayonnaise, hummus, and then the top of the croissant. I swear it was the messiest motherfucker I ever ate in a long time. I actually sat and was like this because it was dripping everywhere. I just saying it out loud.
I didn't finish mine. I wasn't really hungry.
Yeah, I made one for Lily. She only ate half because she wasn't as hungry as I was. I swear, if I had croissants left, I'd go make another one right now. That's how good it was. I was in Heather's live stream last night, and all of a sudden I was like, Heather, I gotta go. All of a sudden I'm hungry. And I laughed and I went and made food. Oh. Thanks for writing that out that way. It is, and that's why naps can be so important. That way says, my best dream times is when I take a nap during the day. Yep, I get it. And that's a super sync because right now, are we going on, yesterday was my 3rd or 4th day going straight through and needing a nap?
4th.
4th. So I'm on, yesterday was going on my 4th day of all of a sudden, out of the blue, around 4 p.m., between 3 and 4 p.m., and needing to sleep for a full hour. And it's like I can't even keep my eyes open. I don't know if it's like the solar flares, the CMEs, certain things coming in at the same time. I don't know if there's somebody in another time zone taking a nap at the same time. So we're supposed to be in dream time at the same time. But it's instant. It's hardcore. If I was driving, I would need to come home. That's how, like, it's so, like, I just have to nap. I don't know if today will be like, the 5th in a row, but 4 days in a row of having to lie down and take a nap. And the church bells at 6 p.m. are either what's waking me up, or I'm waking up just before the church bells ring. So I'm putting that out there in case anybody else is having that out of the blue. I gotta lay down, take a nap, and at specific times in a row, 4 days in a row, that's a big deal. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's a lot of, like, whoa, right? It's just not one day, 4 days in a row. Michael says, ask yourself, what do I need to eat today to feel good and healthy? Yeah, I ask my body. I get it. Same, Karen. I eat what and when my body craves it. Drives me nuts making dinner every night. Yeah, I've assimilated into a different reality for ever since I left my ex. So since Lily was 4, she's born in 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Since 2016. I make dinner, I make food, but there's no time. There's no time. And depending on how I am, how I'm feeling, sometimes, like yesterday, I made a shepherd's pie before 11 a.m. Right? I wanted to make sure I had food prepped. Didn't want to have that thing of like being hungry when I was hungry and food not ready. So it's when I don't sleep at night is one of the times I love to cook the most. Right? Baking in the middle of the night when you can't sleep, there's nothing better than like fresh cookies at 1 or 2 a.m. You can't sleep, and then using that energy to manifest something that's going to last, right? That, for a couple days you got treats. That kind of feeling. And I say that, but summer, especially a hot summer we didn't have much air. I haven't baked in a while. So that's like coming into the timeline. It's coming into the timeline of all of that right now. I know, Karen, that is so wrong. Stopping children from using the loo. Yeah, it is. It's depending on schools and teachers' mentalities, a lot of adults have, slipped into a new version of teaching where, they do allow without shaming children. But I have an instance. My daughter was in grade 10. A girl said, I need to go to the bathroom. The teacher said no. So she walked out of class, went to the bathroom, and then she went to tell the principal. The principal went directly to the classroom, looked him straight in the eye in front of the whole class, and said, don't you ever tell one of my girls they can't go to the bathroom. You know what I mean? Like, she looked him right in the eye and said, don't you ever tell one of my girls they can't go to the bathroom. Not meaning to point out the girls, but guess what? We leak, and when we leak, it's fucking bloody. And when it's fucking bloody and you're in grade 10, guess what? You know what I mean? It's body shaming, it's teasing, it's not funny. So when my daughter came home and told me that, I was like, I'm so proud of her. She was one of the most amazing principals I have ever known in my lifetime. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of the reasons that my daughter did her high school. She had such great teachers, and that was just an isolated thing, right? But she had such great teachers and great examples of strong women teaching her that, kudos, right? I can see myself. I'm in grade 7, and you know what I mean? There's no machines, there's nothing in the bathroom, there's nowhere to hide anything in the bathroom if you actually have your period, and how to get, something to the bathroom without the whole class knowing, you know what I mean? Like, of how it felt back in the 80s, especially. So, we're in a different generation where things are spoken about differently now. Like, girls, depending on who they are, they're either really open with it and they don't even care. They'll whip that thing out and, you know what I mean, show it to everybody. But not everybody is of that personality. So, you know what I mean? It's like if I go to the store and I buy pads for myself and the cashier looks at me and says, "Do you want a bag?" I'm like, no. Why would I want a bag? I'm going to hold this up like a fucking trophy and go, "Wee, bitches," when I walk out of the store. I don't need a bag. But younger me would have needed a bag. You know what I mean? Younger me would have wanted the bag. So, Karen, yes, Heather is live now if you guys want to go check her out. And if you guys feel like we should all just go, let me know, right? I'm just trying to hold and ground and anchor a different energy, because what people need of the energy of what Heather is putting out today is one thing, but I'm in a whole other, like, just, you know what I mean? There's things I woke up, there's a feeling when I woke up that I haven't had in a while. So I'm here to, like, bring forth, like, an energy of, like, a different type of frequency. So that's why as well I'm guided to be on. Michael, pasta, no meat tomorrow, spicy tomato and macaroni. Me loves macaroni. Me loves macaroni. Scottish cheddar for you? Karen, good idea, Michael. I think I'm going to make a macaroni for tomorrow. Right on, guys. It's fun getting food ideas, right? One of the biggest ascension symptoms when I do dip into stuff is either the lack of being hungry or the being extremely hungry. You know what I mean? It's like it's either one or the other right now, right? On a certain level, depending on, who you are and what you're going through. And I'm at the more, like, very extreme hungry but lacking ideas of stuff. So just little things, right, are like giving me, like, the inspiration of what feels good, what I would crave, what I'm gonna go make for myself. So it's sharing food ideas, right? Samantha Soulbright Rodriguez, she had a community post up yesterday stating that when we're entering our light body, and when our light body is, like, being activated, that we need less and less food. The sunlight, breathing, just the water is enough. But what I have found is that if I had not had the hunger that I have in the last month, it's what's helping me ground and not be so in and out of worlds. So when your light body really is really activated, but there's nothing around, no one around, and all the chaos and all the shit, all the stuff in the air, it's helping me to, like, anchor in and buffer certain energies. And Michelle Walling spoke of that as well, of eating denser foods in order to be grounded here and now. I don't want to be neither here nor there within 2, 3, 4 different worlds and feeling all the stuff, because it's too surreal right now. It's one thing to have patience. It's one thing to, like, have faith, but, like, okay, like, really just like shields up. So the food is like my shields, right? Shields up. I don't want to feel more than I already feel, right? I already got my own stuff. So to feel the collective energy, to feel the energy, especially when I'm streaming of, it says there's 9 people in the chat, only 4 are talking. What the 5 other people are feeling right now is still a part of all of our energy, right? You know what I mean? So just being very careful with that. I've never done that, Michael. Boiled onions are a natural blood thinner. I've never really boiled onions. After about a half an hour.
Onions?
Not really. After a half boiled onion and then fry it? Like I've fried up onions, I've caramelized onions, I've fried onions till they were caramelized, like lots of different flavors of onions to make a French onion soup, right? The longer that and the slower that the juices of all the different onions like fry together, like slowly, you know what I mean? To make sure that there's no burn, but that the flavor just like, you know, just comes out. And then I add liquid, but I don't think I've ever boiled onions. Yeah, Allie, all the food talk. I'm going to have to eat something. Michael, same with potato and olive oil. Allie, really? I used to date a Mike Stevens. Holy sink. Yeah, Karen, shepherd's pie. I can smell that. Yeah, and I made my shepherd's pie like with with mashed potatoes, but with carrots. Excuse me, carrots as well. So mashed potatoes and mashed carrots, and some of the carrots, like I didn't mash them on purpose to have like a, you know, a chunk of carrot. Michael Stevens says, Allie, my initials are MSBDS. You got 5 names too? Me got 5 names as well. I am MGMLB. MGMLB. Michael says, Allie, my initials are MSBDS. Which middle name do I use? And then Allie says, you should use them all. And then Michael says, some states only allow 1. Dude, they made me put my whole name on my Ontario driver's license in what year? 2011. I had been in Quebec since after high school. So from the time I was 19 or 20 years old, I had moved to Quebec. I always had my French driver's license with just, you know, the name that I chose to have on it. But then when I came back to Ontario, and because my passport and my birth certificate all had all of my names on it, I had to have all my names in order of how it was written on my birth certificate. So I looked at the lady, but I was like, you know, I'm 30 whatever years old or 40 years old, and now you're telling me I gotta have my whole name on my on my driver's license, but the Legault, the name that I never use, is the last one. And when, you know, police officer or somebody or anybody asks you what your name is, and my name is Michelle Barrette, but then when you look at something and it says Legault at the end, like, it fucks people up. People have actually told me before, like, are you just like messing with me and your identity? And it's like, no, my name is Michelle Geneviève Marie Legault Barrette, but it's inverted on my birth certificate. It's Barrette Legault, like, you know what I mean? But yeah. And that's the thing, though. In the last couple of years, I introduced myself as Michelle Genevieve, and even sometimes now Michelle Geneviève Marie. That's my name. You know what I mean? 144 I've been on. Yeah, Allie, it does seem ridiculous that a state doesn't recognize your name. Yeah, like that you don't get to choose what you want to have, you know, stand out, right? Yeah, that's what I was feeling when you wrote it. Karen says Scottish cheddar is just a hard cheese and it's great in macaroni. Yeah. Hi, Bebop. Bebop-a-loo-la, be my baby. How's it going? How's it going? Michael, my discharge, Navy, only included 2 of my middle names. Alfred says ramen with farm fresh egg drop, onion, and mushrooms. Yeah, kick up the ramen, eh? Fancy that stuff up. Rawr.
She can make it into a gourmet meal.
Yeah, I can make ramen into gourmet noodles. Yeah, Karen, I do that too. I ask people at the shops what they're having. Yeah, me too. You just saw it now, honey? Oh, me loves you, sweetie. How is he doing? Trace B says, oh my god, I just got your email, little G. That Jeff art is so amazing. Thank you. I will send it to him. You just got Allie's email as well? Boom. Earlier I was saying in Matrix Man's stream last night, 3 people said, Genevieve or Jean, go look at your emails. One was 1111 code. That one came in. The other was at Saturnian Sun. I still don't have it this morning. And the other was you. You said, Trace, you said, little G, go check your emails later in a couple minutes. I still have not received an email from you. So 1 out of 3 emails actually got to me. If everybody, because SS said he sent it before he even saw I was in the stream. He was like, kind of like, whoa, you're here? Go check your emails. I just sent something to you. And it's still not there this morning. And when you said that, I still don't have it. Yeah, I'm going to go get that picture I made for Jeff. Haven't started coloring it yet. I'm not sure if I'll get to coloring it right away. I wanted the lines to be done for the healing, but I had fun with it because when just the Batman, right? A little bit of dragonfly healing energy in there, and yeah. Thanks, Trace. He loves you. How is he doing? How's he feeling? Yes, that way. Lift others up. Writes lift, Lyft. Yeah, Ellie, they're all your names, though. You keep them with you no matter what state you're in. Exactly. But it's like the choice of what we want to be called and known as, right? Once you imprint people, people see something, what they choose to want to call you and stuff. All that, right? Everybody's different. Trace says, it's so ridiculous. My outgoing email saying cute again. I hope you got my reply anyway. I haven't gotten anything yet. For me, Trace B, the last time that I had emails that were queued is because I had to, like, first of all, take apps off my phone. And at one point I got so just, if I'm going to take all the apps off my phone and not be able to use my phone how I want to, I just reset my whole phone, right? So I don't understand why it does that, though. Just gonna go out, take the dog for a bit. Right on, Karen. Thanks for letting me know. Love you. Alfred says, hey Trace B, how was your birthday? Trace B says, Jeff is still in ICU on vent at 50% on dialysis, pneumonia. He had a transfusion a couple days ago, and his sis says he will fully recover. Wow, I got shivers everywhere. Thanks, Trace. Trace B says, Elf, it was a good day. I baked me a strawberry heart cake. Thanks for asking. Thanks, Trace B. Love you guys. Trace B, Little G's Batman art for Jeff totally rocks. What do you mean that way? Who do you say that I am? You're that way because that's what you want to be for me, so that's what I see you as, if that makes any sense at all. I go with what you choose, me not the boss of you. Oh, thanks. Yeah, that way it says for you, your belief. Yeah, my mom and dad created the name. It's their creation. It belongs to them, not me. I'm a different ilk than you. I believe that I'm the one, on some level, my soul whispered my name to my parents, and that's why that I'm Michelle Genevieve Marie Legault Barrette, right? So that's my perception. And it's one of the reasons as well that, you know, in 2018, I chose to step into the Genevieve and not just be the Michelle. First of all, to step out of my shell, Michelle, to step out of my shell. But second, because I find that Genevieve actually is more of who I actually am now in my reality, in my life, you know, in this period of my life. And it's incredible, like when people call me like Jen, Jenny, Vives, what that does for me. It's special to me, right? I love the syllables of my name. They are my syllables. My syllables of my name helps me find the other, like, you know, mirrors of self. Just like Tracy, Trace B. Trace is Trace Michelle, right? Her second name is Michelle. It's like Michelle Lee Canham Free. Her first name is Michelle, spelled out with a 1L, you know, ELE, like me. There's a kinship to that. Like Michelle says, we found each other years ago because of our names just being in comments, like, wow, you're Michelle, wow, I'm a Michelle too. But we were only guided to really like be close within this year of our life path. But it's important to me. Oh, right on, Allie. I'm gonna eat a veggie burger. Cool beans. Mia's never sure about veggie burgers. I absolutely love them when they're good, and they're absolutely gross to me when they're not, right? Banana and chips. Bebop. Me too, great point. Yeah, Allie, the Michelle, my belle. And that's the thing, is that the syllables of our name and those resonance things that I have literal, right? Safe names that I know are, you know, are just, that's it. Guided to these people guided to me. There's a safety within their name. Then there's an ick factor with other names. It's like, I'm not saying it's like, there's a red flag of it could go either way. Right? And then there's like complete red flag names. And that's it. It's not a judgment. It's just inside of me what and it's really rare that it steers me wrong. And I'm not going to say the names, right? Cuz it's got nothing to do with judging someone. It's got to do with how the name comes up, what it looks like, the syllables of it, and my inner synchronicities of certain things. And again, I'm not gonna like state out because I don't want anybody to feel like with their names, and I don't want my syncs to be known. Like, I put myself out here and I talk a lot, so that puts me in the weave and the web of all of us. So there's some things I just don't say out loud the same way because I don't want to be puppeted with my syncs, right? Been there, done that, and it took me like at least a year to realize, you know, how I could be puppeted with my syncs. Just because we got numbers the same, just because we listen to a song at the same time, it don't mean certain things, right? Elsa, spell your name with what comes up in your auto text. Click here and read Love, Elf, New England, Charlene. Thanks, Allie. I love your name, Genevieve. Yeah, it's special to me, the Genevieve. It's not something that was ever used in my lifetime commonly, but my grandfather would call me Genevieve to me from the time I was a kid. And I can see him when I'm getting married and we're alone and he's saying something, Genevieve, right? I can see him in the last year of his life, and I go see him, and you know, he calls me Genevieve. So I feel like it's my grandfather, almost like after he passed, guiding me to open myself up, to not just have the name, but to actually use it.
No, it's not. So you could subscribe to her. And I'm learning still Vedic astrology. She's a lovely woman.
She's flowing, eh? Good for her. That way. Name means way is your path. Akashic records of sort. Yep. Akashic records of sort. The like I said, for me, there's a safety about certain names. I've been saying it for a week now. Where's Andrew? Who's Andrew? There's an Andrew going to show up within this, platform of me or somewhere else. But there's an Andrew. Karen, I had felt for weeks. There's a Karen coming. So the recognition of just the syncs coming to me, and I have other names as well. I don't, you know what I mean? Where's Joseph? Yes, there's Joe Awesome. There's other Joes, but there's another Joseph on his way, right? So there are names that I get whispered in dreams, or that I've dreamed about people since ever and ago. You know what I mean? Like there are people who have channels, their names aren't up. They have a channel name, right? But when you discover what their name is, it's like, oh, duh, no wonder I was guided to watch your vids and all that, right? Because your name, that's your name, the syllables of it.
Disney Plus.
Shakespeare, what's in a name? A rose by any other name is still a rose, right? As much as I love syllables and names and certain things, I don't attach to knowing names of other things. People sometimes frown upon me because when I look up at the sky, Mina knows the names of all the constellations and I don't really care. Woo! Right? How that way feels about people's names, I feel about what was named above, or, flowers or birds. Because a bird is an eagle, it's majestic and it's, it's spiritual. But because a bird is a pigeon or a seagull, it's frowned upon, and like as it eats garbage. Well, the only reason like seagulls eat garbage is because we manufacture and put the garbage out there. Because in ancient times, sailors, even now, true sailors, really happy when, they've been to sea for a while and all of a sudden they start to see seagulls. So what the connotation of certain names are of, good animals versus bad animals, or, good and bad, or just the stars and stuff. I don't need to know the names. It's not a part of what I need inside of me, right? Whereas other people are aligned and they know, like they have the knowings, and that's beautiful. It's not a part of me, my path, right?
Wait, 111.
111, thank you.
111.
That way, the name Genevieve means tribal woman. Yeah, Genevieve is a white wave of the race of women. So yeah, tribal woman makes it. That's it. Genevieve is white wave of the race of women. Right? Yeah, Elf, exactly. Me goes by many names. Yeah, me too. So the Genevieve, when people choose to call me just G, Trace calls me Lil Lil, Lil G. Other people call me Vive, or Vives with the S, or Jen, or Jenny, or Jeannie. Each person and how they kind of say or see the Genevieve and what they cut it up as is amazing to me. Like, I love it. I have no words for how special it is, because each is different kind of syllables, emphasis, and it's just a different feeling for everybody, and I love it. Really, Allie? You talked about the buffalo. Did you upload that video? Are you still gonna? Allie, at the Great Trail Festival, right before I saw a herd of buffalo, I saw 7 eagles circling in the sky, and they were huge. Oh my gosh, I got shivers everywhere, Allie. The eagle and the buffalo at the same time. Yes, Allie, exactly. You just nailed it too. Or Guinevere. Yes. Some people actually write it out like with the W or with the U that way. And that's huge. That actually gives me like a lot of shivers because it just brings me back like to that Camelot type of vibe and energy. And Guinevere, although she's not, spoken of the most highly, right? She's seen as, she loved one man, was with another man, and just sat there and did nothing. But Guinevere is actually an earth mother, right? In the goddesses and in like true Camelot, Avalon history of the true versions, Guinevere is an earth mother.
Photos.
She's not just, a flighty nimwit who just sat there and didn't know who to love. Everything's so different than what it's been portrayed as,
Logo.
right? So Guinevere is actually very strong, an earth mother. Yeah, I would love if you would share. The buffalo energy is so strong right now. White buffalo calf woman, the prophecies. You resonate with the Camelot vibe as well. Me too, the Camelot vibe. Yeah. Morrigan of the Fae, right? There's just so much. And I truly believe that, like, of all the stuff that we've been, taught, that we've seen in books and movies, that there's always an emphasis on certain things and not on other things at all. And, a lot of it is just true inner knowing and then flashes of information or readings that I've done, since ever. But I always would say in my first year of my YouTube journey, I would say randomly that it is Guinevere and Lancelot's turn. This lifetime was finally their lifetime, right? I don't resonate with that way. You already know that of me. That way says, keep your birth name sacred, only between your siblings and your parents. I don't resonate with that way. I know you do, and I got total respect for it. That's not of me, right? It's not of my flow. Right on, Allie. That doesn't even resonate with me because just reading that, keep your birth name sacred only between your siblings and your parents, implies that your true birth family is your actual soul family. And I don't resonate with that, right? Diamond, 22 and 0. 20, 30, leap of faith, 40, small things, 20, 30, 40. Diamond. Yes, she's completely wrapped in my thoughts and prayers, Trace B. And one of the reasons I'm keeping my stream on, although she's streaming at the same time, is because I'm here kind of harnessing different energies, but with her at the same time, like on a whole other level, like just in the background, anchoring her. Trace B, please have Heather in your thoughts and prayers today. On this day, 1 year ago, her daughter ascended from this earth. Exactly. You're going to go to the post box? Right on, Karen. Need to run to post a letter? Be right back. 117. Bebop, she's been in my thoughts. I as well. And it's not that, like, I keep on popping in. I don't know if you guys hear when I just pop into her live stream to see where she's at. She's being anchored. She's got what she's flowing. And I just feel that there's other things as well that need to be brought forth today. I don't know what they are. I don't know what anybody gets out of my streams. I really don't, right? I sit here for whatever amount of time I'm guided to, and whatever resonates and whatever's needed to flow through me is just pours out, right? Diamond, the priceless gift of time and pressure combined, beauty and strength arising from trials and challenges, the right use of power. As co-creators with our fellow beings, we are meant to work together harmoniously, giving, receiving, taking turns, and sharing the work, the credit, the fun, and the power of manifestation. Today, you're called to claim your power and exercise it with respect and love for all, even those who are hard to love, especially those who challenge you. You never know what silent struggles people are hiding, and your ability to express love is magnified by Diamond Spirit. Listen to that part of you that wants to be kind and understanding towards someone who's making it difficult for you to come from your higher self. Diamond Spirit has appeared to let you know this is a moment to wield your power mindfully. You have earned wisdom over time, as you have suffered much in your life, and you are now in a place of maturity and understanding. Avoid being reactive, for there's strength in quiet, loving gestures such as the willingness to say, "I'm sorry you were in this situation." Often, it's these gentle actions that hold the most power. Your ability to move hearts is very strong right now. So even as you maintain healthy boundaries, make the choice to own your power and use it with wisdom and grace. In doing so, you align with the conscious universe who knows the healing power of love and compassion. Diamonds can be formed in the Earth's mantle, in a lab, or due to a collision of asteroid with Earth. However, they come into being. They teach us that extreme pressure and hardship can transform even the most ordinary into the most incredibly strong and beautiful. Diamond Spirit asks us to contemplate how something that felt unbearable might have actually assisted us in becoming more fully who we are. Dude, hey Eddie. Did you see my vid? The one that's just dated of today? We was in the car. Eddie and the Cruisers. John Caverty and the Beaver Brown Band came on the dark side, so I made a quick sky vid. Was thinking of you. Road Trip Eddie. Hey, how you doing out there? How's everyone out there doing today? Michael says, Eddie, it's raining here and almost sundown. Cheers from Barcelona. Greetings from New Mexico, says Eddie. All right on. The sun and everything seems to be clouding over. It's like a mystery type of day. It's been a mystery type of few days in our environment. You know, kind of sunny, cloudy, and then dark and very, you know, whatever, passing through. A lot of different energies, right? Just, it's like, really at this point, I wouldn't be surprised to wake up and there was like a little bit of snow or just randomly snow.
Hope not.
Just because everything's so truly whacked, to be honest. Right on. I just turned it on. Way cool. I finally downloaded that album. Cool. I don't know. I think it's a really big sync. Not many people might even remember that movie, Eddie and the Cruisers, right? But, you know, like I was saying earlier, Eddie had that accident. He woke up. And there was a dead guy, you know, his dead friend next to him. He thought he did something wrong. He didn't know what to do. He fucking ran away, restarted his life with all the holes and gaps in his memories. He had no clue, right? But when he full circled 20 years later into his full remembering, you know, he was set up. Bad things happened, right? It wasn't him. It wasn't him. It wasn't him. He had to remember. He had to remember. He had to remember. I know I'm saying remember a lot, right? But yeah, for self, you get it, eh? Same here in New York. Get up in the new days, light and snow. Do you have the version of the album where Eddie's confession from the movie is actually on the album? When Eddie, I have it in my playlists from 2018 is when Eddie and the Cruisers really came up like a lot again in my reality, because it's a movie from my youth that I knew back then. But Eddie's confession, I don't know if you have the version with that. Michael says, Road Trip Eddie, do you watch Jailbreak Overlander with Richie from Boston? I don't tend to watch or listen to Richie from Boston like at all. I don't watch much stuff, right? But totally love his channel. I got him in my things. I just don't tend to watch a lot of people. Yeah, sometimes I watch Richie, Eddie says. He did a cool vid a few weeks back. That way. I know, dude. I never do. My real name is never to be spoken. You still called it your real name, though. Right? You still use the word real. You didn't say that name. I'm not one to, like, you know what I mean? You have your knowings, you have your stuff. Me is not one to, like, question that, but me is not of that, right? That way. Hey, Trace B, fun fact too, eh? Yesterday was Mother Mary's birthday. And, do you remember when we were in the chat last night, I said something about Marie, and then I asked you, do you have Marie in your name? And then you were saying, I have a Mary, M-A-R-Y, and Marjolaine, Marjolaine, I don't know how you would say it, Marjolaine in French, in English, but when I went into Heather's live stream, it re-triggered that, like, because I was like, why am I asking about Marie? Why am I saying that? Why am I saying that? Well, about it's Mary's birthday. Depending on your, you know, beliefs or not, whether you believe it or not, it's still a beautiful thought to have passed through that the 8th, you know, 8th of September, same day as you, is Mary's birthday, Mother Mary. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me. 3 and 1. 3 and 1 is 4. A 31 is actually a 13. Yeah, that way. I only speak of what I have experienced, and I love you all so very much. Same here, dude. And that's the thing, is that what you've experienced, I may never experience in my lifetime, right? Or in this lifetime. So one of the reasons that maybe we resonate and are so close is that, you know, it's from other past lives and stuff, but in this incarnation of this avatar of who I am right now, certain things just are not of me. They're not part of my destiny of what I'm supposed to talk about or bring forth, right? There's so many things of so many people. I don't dip in. I'm not there to imprint my eyes or my ears with certain things. That's what's really so different about me on so many levels, guys. Like, you know, like I didn't watch all the kids shows that you guys watch. I didn't see the same movies. I wasn't imprinted with the same things. My reality of who I am and what was imprinted in me and what's meant for me to know and bring forth as messages is completely different than other people, which is just normal. But I don't go and bathe and dip into everything either, right? It's not part of me. And I stand by that because that's what keeps me sane, right? It's me. This is what I'm supposed to see. I don't go look at a bunch of exterior stuff. 3/4 of the stuff that people have as either, fears or certain beliefs, like, goes over my head because I didn't take the time, to be imprinted with all that stuff. Do I know about it? Yeah. Yeah, I do. I'm aware of it all. I just don't focus any energies on it at all. Zero. Right? Yeah, Michael says, drop your links. Exactly, dudes. That's why y'all are blue. You can choose to share your things if you want to. Trace, you remember Richie from when you first came onto YouTube? Haven't seen him since? I hear about him all in like so many different channels and stuff. I feel like that we're all connected no matter what. And here's the thing, we only have a certain amount of time and a certain amount, like, we can go, dip and see stuff. When you know somebody's doing what their sole purpose is and what they're supposed to be doing, you're not dipping in because it's like, wee, good. This angel, this person, this starseed, whatever label, whatever you believe in, is actually taking care of business, doing what they need to do, right? So you keep on your track of what you need to do with the, sending the love, knowing that this is getting done, but it's not a part of my path. But we're all in it together. Does that make sense? Yeah. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Good for you, Eddie. I haven't stopped into Heather's channel for a while either. I've been kind of just taking a YouTube break. Good. I still feel you, Eddie. You know what I mean? Like, you're still here. And the anchor. And blessed be those that actually do take the real break, right? First of all, you come back stronger. Second of all, you're the ones that are anchoring us. Because I am not on a break right now. I'm going, pretty much 4 hours a day, solid every day. And that's what's guided of me, right? So it's a whole, some people take breaks in order to be like, you're just living. You're just doing the stuff you need to do. You and Mika and your world and stuff like that. But you're still there, right? You're still there. It's just not a part of certain things. That's the beauty of it. Follow your inner compass. Yeah, Trace B. I have boundaries for myself. Me too. And one of the things that I stand by is I'm of all tribes. I'm of everyone. But there are some things, guess what? I walk hand in hand with certain things, and I'm not here to put attention on certain things. Right? I can't dip into certain things the same way as like how somebody's like mission or purpose is to like have something out there. Me is to stay away from that. Still elevating, still, it's good. It's good. But not a part of it. Hi, Anita. Dreams are still insane at the moment. Yeah, Trace, I tell you that I'm very damn mad at the queued emails. I sent Matt emails too, and it's queued. Yeah. Maybe, Trace B, you know what I mean? Like, go on Google and whatever your type of device is, maybe ask, right? Why does my Samsung blah, blah, blah queue emails? And maybe there could be like a quick fix. Maybe there's something in settings somewhere that makes it, you know what I mean? I'm not so tech savvy, sweetie, but like, why do they get queued is weird, right? Like, it could be right in your settings somewhere that you asked for emails to be queued, and you're like, fuck. Google says because it's sending. Thanks, Google. That still doesn't make any sense, considering you're supposed to press on an email and somebody's supposed to receive it like within seconds or minutes, right? Because it's sending. Thanks, Google. I know that, but why is it not sending? Why is it stuck? Oh my God.
That's okay.
I love you. Yeah, Michael, it's all about finding tribe. All about finding tribe, gathering tribe, having you find each other. That's what I'm here for. Hey, Juice from the Sky. Me doing good. How you doing, dude? You talking to me? Talking to me or Michael? Love you, Tommy. Oh, right on. Okay, guys. Beautiful. You guys are awesome. I'm going to say this out loud because I wrote it in your comments the other day, Tom. When you I forget if you wrote it in your description box or if you said it in your vid and you were like, I've been wrong so many times, guys. And it's like, no, you've never been wrong. First of all, you're ahead of your time. We all are on some level because we see it, we feel it, we know, and we can't manifest it faster than the collective is ready. So every single portal or date or everything that you ever said, the potential has always been there for real. It's the outside thought, like the thoughts of everyone that don't manifest it because we're not ready. And that's it. So I don't see you as ever being wrong. Just like I don't see other certain people who predicted certain things and thought certain things were going to happen because the potential was there for those timelines every single time. Every single time of the dates of, whether they be, whatever. I'm not even going to name them all. All of these things, even today, 9/9 portal, right? All of these days is real. It's real that the potential is always there. The potential is there every day for enough people within this reality to be, fixed on love, a love frequency, and that we elevate collectively, right? That's real. It's not, it's always there. It's the choices and where people are focusing their energy, it just stays. People prefer to stay stagnant and fucking like in this confused fucking chaos fucking energy than to actually make moves. And those that judge the most of, what other stuff that's going on is exactly the exact people. If you have certain knowings, but your thoughts are focused certain ways, well, that's it. Don't ask you who's holding back because we all are. Thoughts are things. Yeah, that way. We get along still just fine and I love you. Yeah. I love you no matter what your belief systems and your things and your stuff. Like, I'm just using those words, right, sweetie? And there's just a fine line of, like, where do we talk about certain things, me and you, that way? And where do we let stuff go and move on to something else, right? Because we could sit there and leak each other's energies fucking for, like, decades of you saying your stuff and me saying mine. What's the fucking point? We can meet in the middle and laugh and giggle about so many other things and bring an energy of so many other things, right? What's in a name and all that? Why would we sit there and debate, talk about it, and like, put an energy towards that when we could be making fucking jokes or talking about other things that, boom, right? So it's not about you're right and I'm wrong or you're wrong and I'm right. None of that. It's just like, you have this belief system, I have this one. We meet in the middle with a bunch of giggles and a bunch of other stuff, right? It's awesome. And that to me is, you know what I mean? That way it's like the masculine and the feminine, especially because we're in the different avatars, but surpassing what not wanting me not here to convince you of anything, you not here to convince me of anything. Me respect that you think this, you respect that I think that, and that it stays like this, right? It's important. You can have a partner, a divine partner that doesn't even think 3/4 of the same things that you do, and then the other person does, and then it empowers and makes them stronger because instead of being exactly the same, you got oppositeness in there. And the strengths of all these ideas, these things, and these, all of that stronger because you're not bashing wanting to change somebody or somebody's mindset. It's just completely respected. Whee! Michael, I needed my blood levels raised and it was poor, understandable sarcasm, Juice. Juice says it was my fault, Michael. I'm so defensive at the moment. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be so mean. Not grasping what you guys are talking about because I didn't see it, but I love the way I read both of that because that's what empowers us all, right? Kind of seeing your part in it, and in that it's all good. Proud of you guys. Yeah, Michael, I'm finding that some people's like just random jokes where they think they're funny, it's, you know, right? I'm just sitting there and like, no, dude, I don't think you're funny. All right, everybody else can be laughing, me not think you're funny. And, you know, that defensiveness and that feeling of certain things right now is in the air, and just, it has to pass through. And it's okay, guys. It's beautiful. Nita. Anita, 4 years ago, I was telling my friends we were having an ascension. 2 years later, they were yelling at me that nothing happened. Yeah. There are people who still consider that there's nothing happening, yet the whole world has, you know, is at, you know, the boiling point of what each community, each country, each state, all of that is going to choose as certain realities, right? So there's people right now who think that everything's just exactly the same as it always was. And it's like, okay, okay. You know, when it hits your reality, are you still going to be saying that? Right? There's some people who haven't had any super big life changes for real, or what their life changes are, you know, are par the course for a human. Right? It's normal that I had a boyfriend and we broke up and then. So then, you know what I mean? But when you start to realize that, you know, like, no, it's really is different. If you're not stepping into a better version of yourself, embodying your full self, well, how many relationships, how many things are you going to need to have, you know what I mean, in order to trigger you, traumatize you into your fucking, like, fullest, most authentic, most highest self. So, and that's the thing, is those people who, like, you know, like you said, yelling at you that nothing happened, are the ones that, like, if it hasn't happened yet, holy shit, I can't even imagine, right? I can't. I don't even have words for it. It's actually pretty scary right now in the sense that, you know, a lot of us are in a reality where we've chosen a certain path where we're not getting a V, but many people have. And, you know, the ripple effect of what's happening with the V is not being spoken about openly. Nobody's saying per day on the radio how many V deaths there are. Nobody's talking about that on the news. Right? But people are fucking dropping dead. That's a fact. Right? So what's going to happen when people, like, you know, we're at like 70-something% here in Canada of people V'd. Right? 70-something%. And now somebody gets sick, it's somebody else's fault that's not V'd. So there's a lot of blaming and shaming going on. But what's going to happen when those V people, like, are getting sicker and sicker? You know what I mean? Like, if you're V'd, you should not be getting sick. But then all of a sudden, like, having a heart attack. All these things that are going to trigger and you know, pivot people into their awareness of, like, the bitch slap of it all. Right? I saw it in a comment today. It only showed up in a certain spot. I you know what I mean? And not everywhere, but, you know, people after their first V, what's happening, and their second, it's real. Just because the news is not going to put an emphasis on it, there's too many people. There's too much internet. We talk too much, guys. We know, we're talking. So, you know, we're considered crazy because we're, like, getting the news from alternative people. But when you have, like, fucking 100 people start to say in a community, you know, that a certain amount of people have, you know, it's all going to add up somehow. And it can only be manipulated for so long because people are actually passing away. Right? Yeah, Trace says, my ex was V'd and he got the C after anyway. Exactly. And depending on the depth, like so many people have the seat, right? But they don't have any symptoms. They're asymptomatic or whatever the words are. And so many people are they, you know what I mean? Like, just, it's the differentness. You guys know what I'm saying. Love you guys. Love you, Tom. Proud of you guys. Aw, Michael. Really? I thrive on people being mean to me because I'm a puto americano here in Spain. Really? See, for me, I can be in a room full of everybody who hates fucking Canadians, but they're gonna love me anyways, right? That's not how it works for me. Yeah, Karen, if you've been a victim in the past, you could be attracting people, that type of person, which is looking like for people like us to manipulate. Be careful these days. Yeah. And I will use the word, like, looking for people like us to manipulate. I will use the words looking for people, needing people like us to project on. Because if you project on somebody who's not going to react in the same old ways, that helps to change the scripts of certain things. If that makes sense. Allie, I just filled my belly and it feels good. I know what you're saying, Tom. I was just feeling unsupported in my mission. Yeah. Trace B says, Allie, I'm eating Lay's chip and cheddar cheese. Right on. Michael says, Trace, cut a name, change your birthday. It was great on Matrix, man. Yeah, it was cool, Matrix stream last night, eh? It was a nice stream, eh, guys? She says, him here, Allie. I just ate too. I had fish fingers and chips and leafy greens. It hasn't passed yet, Karen. I've been feeling this for at least a month, probably more. But this past week has been like a seesaw. Michael, I'm on to cinnamon crackers and coffee. You doing okay, Anita? Good. Ooh, your ear just popped. Oh, right on, Allie. No kidding, eh? I get it when that finally happens, when it's like, oh. Hi, Dean HD. How's everything going? I can't, yeah, I'm not sure how to, I'm not gonna bring that through. I don't know how. Michael, in my dreams, there's almost nobody in the streets. They're deserted. Yeah. Karen says, Michael, in my dreams, people are either dead or dying. Yeah. Anita says, Juice, there's a lady called Why So Serious. She clears the virus energetically. It's an energetic virus in the third eye. Reprogramming the virus to make the cure, Tom says. Yeah. Whoa, Dean. I've been out with the yellow boards on the roadside, and I met a lady whose teeth started falling out after the you-know-what, and she's coming to the park on Sunday. Okay. Yeah.
Spotify.
Yeah, Eddie. It is going to be a total, and it already is a total bitch slap. People should be wise enough to have more caution and less fear. Yeah. Allie says, in February 2020, I got really sick, a funky flu. It felt like a test my body had to battle. I shook it for days and I won though. Thanks for writing that, Allie. In late December, early January, I was sick. Emily Rose was sick, and I'm old enough to know I'd never been sick like that before, and my child had never had anything in her whole life, and so we did have it pass through us, and we didn't use any medications. We didn't, we rode out the fever because it never became so elevated as to be dangerous. We didn't seek any other attention than to fucking take care of ourselves. That being said, I was working with children at the time, and the mother was a nurse. And when I told her I was sick, I couldn't go to work, she made me go anyways. She said, just come anyways. I need you here. And on the second day, when it was me that was sick, I went and I told her, I was like, I shouldn't have even driven here. I need to go home. And she's like, no, I need you here. Just as long as you're here, everything will be fine. I was like, you have a 3, 4, 6, 8-year-old plus, you know what I mean? And you want me to stay here anyways? And I'm telling you, I'm not lucid enough to take care of your children. I'm not able to like bounce around the 8-year-old who's like, pushing around the little ones. And I'm sure if anything happens, I you know what I mean? I can't take care of the kids. So she finally like called in somebody else. Like I said, you either take your time off or, you find somebody. You got family, you got people, like fuck, find somebody. Took everything. And that's what I find the most like horrific, I'm going to use that word, of all of this shit, is the one thing they say is if you get sick and you got symptoms, stay home. But you can't. I know people right now in reality, they're at work and they don't feel good and they have to show up. So it's like that one mandate of the one thing that would actually, help certain things is, take care of your body. If you feel this, don't show up, is being told, no, show up anyway. Right? So people want to put masks on their face and get V'd, but they don't want to fucking help people like just allow to go take care of their body when they need to. Doesn't even make any sense. Karen, I just can't stay awake long enough for Matt's stream. Yeah, with the time zone difference for sure, eh? I get it. Yeah. Oh, you were gonna do it today, Allie? If you're ready to do it now, I'll stop my live stream and it's your turn, girl. Let me know, right? Because that book, you reading it, the syncs of it, the flow of you, if you're feeling it's today, I'm going to shut my freaking mouth and you go, loco. No joke, right? I've already been on for 2:39, so if it's meant to be today, I hope I don't miss when it comes up too. Like, if you know when it's going to be, that was important. To the point where, like, just the fact, like, it's plain talk, right? The wrenches, that's what we use in YouTube is the wrenches. So it's like so many sinks. I got shivers everywhere. When the bread's not good. No, dude, the bread is not good. No, dude, your bread's not good. Oh, God, that was the best. Your bread is not that good. No, it's not good. Anita, in my dreams, it's like one massive party. In my dreams, guys, I've already gone through the worst case scenarios were and transmuted that energy. So in my dreams, it's always togetherness. There's always us together. Sometimes I see the faces and I know exactly who's with me and Lily, and sometimes I don't. But we're never alone anymore in my dreams. Never. Never, never, never. That's why if I can sleep, I'll go sleep because it'll guide me to what the fuck ever is next because I'm never alone in my dreams. And there's always a unity. There's always somebody taking care of Lily. Always. 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 Right? There's always music. There's always the sky. I look up, heart portals in my dreams. Everything in my dreams is safe. Even when I go through my dream time and it's supposed to be like a nightmare-esque thing that's happening, it's switched into a different timeline of everything turns out for the greater good and well. There's no trauma. There's no fear. Even when I have fear in my dream, it switches. What else? In my dreams, I'm always with my dude. Always. Whether he's right beside me or not, he's always there. In my dreams, we're already there. We're already there. That's why reality can like bite hard balls sometimes, right? Because it's like, where's the one click of the one thing, right? Because yeah, for my dream time, like just amazing. Even I can't remember it all. There's always the snippets, right? Always. It's always pure. It's always good. There's unity. There's co-creating. We're not wondering anymore in my dreams what's next. We're already there. We're actually at the beginning steps of getting to know each other in dreams. In my dreams, we're at the beginning steps of like a room is bare one night. There's not much stuff. Then a few days later, there's actually more things. So things are manifesting in my dreams. Always. Juice says, my teeth are falling out too. That's the worst part. That's why I haven't been on screen. Thanks for saying so, Juice. My teeth are pretty much camoed with, how the camera gives the effect of me, but if they could fall out on their own, they will, because I won't do the certain interventions, so, but it'll be what it'll be, all right, for me. Michael says, I slept in and I ate at 3 p.m. because I choose to be awake for Matrix Man, I hope. Yeah. Karen, I have met 3 people. 8 I know V, 3 are dead. 1 is terminal. 2 think they're okay. 1 young lass now has Gillian syndrome, all due to the flu. Yeah. I had somebody that I know go to the hospital 3 or 4 days after getting their second V. And when they said, could it be this? The doctor said, absolutely not. Like, no. Instead of saying, well, yes, thanks for letting me know that this happened, that you got your V. That's important. That's important knowledge, right? To know. He completely like just, and just took it out of the equation. That being said, those of us that are really strong healers, we know who we're helping transmute certain things, and that's a little bit of why certain things are getting old as well, right? People are making choices. We're connected to them, helping them kind of stay safe in this their avatars, and there's never going to be a kudos, thanks for helping me out, because they still don't realize that. I know, Michael? First thing is, a virus is normally not contagious. Yeah, I know, Yeah. I get it, Allie. You gonna go live tomorrow at noon? Cool beans. Thanks for letting me know. Right on, Allie.
Mom.
Yeah?
So, when I did my home stream thing and my app thing,
yeah,
I did it again. And this was a holiday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty. You want to show it? I'm just going to grab it.
So I redid my app logos again. It's Halloween themed. Yeah.
Thank you.
For what?
For showing it, for showing me. You're so fancy.
I sent it to both of the girls.
Oh, right on. Oh, really, Allie? The wrenches. I didn't even think of the YouTube sync. Allie, I came in about at the same time as you were talking about the, like, reading about the wrenches, and it was just like, boom. Excuse me. First of all, I was streaming, and then Michael had come in and said, Allie's reading a book. And I was like, are you kidding me? So I flowed through what I was finishing. Excuse me. And I was completely guided to go and watch you. And as I stepped into the stream, you were reading a part about the wrenches, and I was like blown away of the synchronicity that this book chose this, you know, that, and then the wrenches. And I've been saying for a while now, when I wrench people, you're not a moderator. You're not a moderator. That's maybe what YouTube calls it, but you're not a moderator. You're here to share, right? Because sharing is caring. My wrenches are about everybody going to be blue to share what you want to share, right? I trust y'all in your judgment that you know what this energy of this space is about, of what you choose to share. Right? There's plenty of places to share a lot of different things, and I just openly, you know, hand them out, and that's it. That being said, it's the energy always stays amazing, right? But the wrenches, the fact that it's from like a piloty type of mechanic-y perspective, just like, whoa. Because I'm very masculine based, I don't remember a lot of mechanic-y things, and I definitely ain't a pilot, but it's a sync for me, and it's just powerful. All of it, you know what I mean? Just, I think it's like an amazing book. I'm not able to immerse myself into books, Allie, so the gift of you choosing to do this is like, it's a gift, because I can't read. I can't, you know what I mean? I can't sit here and my eyes can't focus on reading the way that my whole life, bookworm, right? Read 3 books at a time, read a book in a whole day. Can't do that right now in my reality. And it's been a few years sustained, but there are some really pivotal, important books that, like, you know, they speak to us. And you, like, being the orator of that book, and the other things that you're going to choose or you have chosen, because I peeked into the other stuff as well, right? It's rare that I go into a stream and I don't say that I'm there, but sometimes it's like as soon as I say that I'm there, then there's a certain, like, gonna speak. So just popping in to just listen, because that is a content where, you know, I don't want to be sitting there chatting the same way while you're reading a book, as if it's just a free flow and everything can be coming from different spots. Like, that book was guided for you to grab and share. And I think, I heard you say that you know, you got this book and you actually bought it in your reality and you have gifted it to people. That's how, you know, and I got shivers everywhere as I say this. That's how it's guided, that you are actually going to put this into so many other people's realities, so that you actually take the time and gift your voice. Your time of sharing is an elevator for me. Your voice soothes me, Allie. It soothes me, right? Trace B says, Allie, lay a wet, hot cloth over the eyes, maybe. Yeah. Allie says, I hear you, Genevieve. Thank you. I love narrating. I will get better and better the more I do it. There's so many books I'm excited to read on a live stream. That's awesome. And what I resonate the most is the naturalness of you, right? When you, like, read something and you kind of giggle, because it's like that naturalness is like, it's comfortable, right? That I hope that you choose not to, like, you know, lose that part where you just kind of, like, you know, you keep that authenticity of, like, if the giggle comes out, it comes out, man, right? If certain things, when we stumble on a word, we just keep going. It's all good, but it's beautiful. Trace, you're loving your dream time too? Me too. Dean HD, I rarely dream anymore since my premonition dream, and it was very detailed. Karen, my brother goes up to Shetland for a music festival. He's in a band, and it's a mock-up of Rage Against the Machine. Right on. Of course, Michael, and thanks for sharing. As a former RMA, I can safely say this is all a horrible hoax. It is, but it's a great, on another level, it's the plan, it's what the collective, what we chose in the higher realms, and since forever and a day, to use as the exit portals that people need. We needed a way to change the world, and this is the, whether you want to call it a hoax or not, it's a blessing, right? This is what is actually changing the world. As much as we could look still crazy, it's really just because people have the habit of pointing fingers and calling people crazy and stuff, because inside of people, they know that everything's changing, and they want to hang on to it and pretend everything's the same, but it's not. And the more that collectively chaos happens, the more that people can't deny that, you know, they're being bullied into doing things, right? It's all shits and giggles until it affects somebody personally, right? It's all shits and giggles till it affects somebody personally. So some people are not bothered by having to have worn a mask for years. They believe, you know what I mean? Some people already wore masks for their, you know, for their jobs. So do they really think that they have no fucking empathy or compassion? They don't give a shit if somebody's got to wear a mask at a grocery store. They already wore a mask in their reality for their job, right? They already used a part of that as a tool, so they don't see it in the same way. You know what I mean? Like, that's how my sister is. She's in mining. She's had to put masks on half her life in her career. When she goes underground, she's got something over her mouth. So it's not a big deal to her, right? To her, it's just like, oh, you know, like, it's real, because that was already something that she had to use in her reality of her job because of the, you know, the air quality underground and in certain mines, you know? But when certain things will affect, again, she chose to go overseas and work in Africa. So she got all of different V's for different things years ago, because her career brought her to another country where she just got so many V's and so many medications to not get malaria and all those things that it's not a big deal for her to go get an extra V. Right? But that's the thing. When it becomes personal, right? When one of her best friends drops freaking dead, you know, then it'll become real. It's like V's for babies. People, it's no big deal. The people don't even realize, like, you had a certain amount of V's a certain amount of years ago. Now our babies are like being pumped with stuff like for months and months and months on end. And it's not a big deal to people because SIDS is considered sudden infant death syndrome instead of vaccine injured, right? But when you have a child in your reality that's going to happen to, then you start to educate yourself about, like, why? Why did all of a sudden this baby that was fine one day, why did it die? And then they start to research and start to see, like, it all adds up. Everything is, like, you know, it's just the way, it's what people are choosing, right? Karen, Dean, I get premonition dreams since a child, and I kept them secret for decades, and then the shit got real. Yeah, me too. But what I know about premonition dreams is often they come out as the opposite of what the dream, what you believed, or so different that you really must know yourself in order to interpret your own dream, you know, to perpetuate it into other people's reality, right? And one person's reality is not the same as someone else's. So, you know, some premonition dreams are for a greater good collective-wise, and some are just for self. As well, we're transmuting through our dream time in the ethers every reality that could come, and we're like, no, we're not going to go for that one, but we're going to transmute it in our dream time. Right? So that can be really scary because all these things that we see we see them as a premonition, but it's like, no, we're actually stopping those timelines from happening. We're the timeline benders in our dreams, making sure that those realities never come into fruition. It just can't happen because we already lived it all through other, things. If that makes any sense at all. You have ESPN? I have ESPN, says Trace. Karen, the doctors are well aware, and there's a couple of good doctors left, thank the Lord. I think at this point it is not only to thank the Lord, but to pray. Pray that people just do the best thing for the greater good, right? Stop being a puppet, doing what you're told, question, and then tell other people the truth. That's it. We want people to awaken to the best version of themselves, and the best version of somebody's self is not to sit there and just do what they're told. It's to you've seen people for 2 years now almost, right? It's like the people that I know in the medical field, whether they be a nurse or whatever labels that they are really not that scared of COVID on some level because they've seen it all. They've seen it all.
Actually,
and often the ones who are the most scared is because guess what? They ain't had time off in over a year and a half. They're so full of fear because they're so fucking tired because they haven't taken care of their own bodies for 2 years, for a year and a half. Right? It's really easy to fill people with fear, to put it on the news, to put it in signs and everywhere. If somebody hasn't taken care of their own self, stepped out of certain things and to actually taking care of themselves. And what does taking care of yourself means? It doesn't mean taking a 2-week vacation and then filling your life with a bunch of shit for 2 weeks. Some people can't even be in silence by themselves for a fucking hour a day. They fill their life with their devices, gossip, other people's life stories all day long, all night long, all the time. If they're in silence, they're watching a movie, being programmed by other stuff, right? And that's why certain things happen, and when it puts you on your ass and you can't do certain things, you're going to, wake up, wake up, wake up. Yeah, I know, Tom. Can't play the guitar very well. The V is a nerve problem. Yeah. That's what I do as well, Anita, in my reality. I never read the whole book. I flick the book to random page, get the message, shut the book. It's too much to read these days. Me too. And I've been like this since 2016. All right on. If you'd like to post the link here, please feel free to do so, Allie. Tomorrow at noon is when Allie's going to continue the reading of the book.
I want to mess up somewhere.
Okay. Take your time and let me know if you need me. Trace B, have I ever told you that my brother Daniel narrated Stan Lee's Superhuman on the History Channel? No, that's so cool. Right on. Neato. That's cool, Trace B. DNHD. I gave up on reading. It seems to be mostly fictitious nonsense. Yeah. I don't read and I don't watch movies or any imprinting. Like, really, if you see my comment on a vid and I watched it, that's what I watch. That's it, right? That's it. I won't allow myself to be imprinted with certain things anymore at all. I'd rather sit in silence and stare at nothing than watch a movie. All right, so when I am guided to watch a movie, there's a darn good reason. There's a lot of stuff that comes out for me in there. Michael says, yeah, I'm finally settling down in life. Trace B says, my brother is the rubber boy, the most flexible man in the world in the book. Right on. Eddie, I'm going to float onward to start my day. I hope everybody has a great week. Take care of yourself. I love you all. Love you too. Thanks for being with us, Eddie. Yes, Karen. Karen says, I know. I'm still trying to get a new baseline for my health. It's been nearly 2 years, but I will get there. Yes. Boom. I'm going to set the reminder. I'm going to like it already because that's just how I roll. I'm going to save and put it in my watch later. Oops, that's Waters of Life. To make sure. And I usually stream before noon, so I just got to remember tomorrow. If I'm meant to come on before, I will, but take a little break. Yeah, Karen, I love that, eh? That's what I use lockdown for, to actually center on me. Yeah. Anita, I dreamt that my mom had a car accident. And the next afternoon, I got called at school that she was in intensive care from a car accident. I wish I had told her. With hindsight now, Anita, you say you wish you had told her, but you know how I am with the buts, right? But do you think that you were meant to have told her, or that you were meant to just have the feeling of it so that you could deal with it as best as you could, right? Because that's the thing about like certain visions, premonitions, dreams that we have. What butterfly effect, like if you judged at the time to not tell her, what did she live after that, you know? Yeah, you get it, eh? No, I wasn't supposed to tell her. Everything happened correctly. Yeah. And that's the thing, the butterfly effect. If you had told her, you know, she could have been scared when she went for the drive and had an accident that was like 3 times worse because of the manifesting something worse. Right? I don't know. It's a hard call sometimes, eh, with that inner stuff of it's like us right now, right? Even if you had a premonition or a dream of somebody getting a V and you told them, don't do the V, right? You're going to die. What do you think they would do and say to you right now? Right? Do you think they'd be listening? Because there's a bunch of people across the world trying to tell people exactly, like, we're not saying don't get it. We're saying research to make sure you know you really want this stuff inside of you. And people are being treated as freaking insane, crazy, because we just want you to be educated. You go educate yourself about what this really is. Would you really want it inside you? Right? And people are like reacting in ways where, like, I mean, Here, we have this big expensive road sign that's electronic here on the highway, right? Going out west. Now it's in big green letters. Get V'd. It's got a big needle. Right? So it's everywhere. It's everywhere right now. And on, you know, every promotional thing to get the V is actually pointing people out that if you don't do this, you're not helping your community. There's such a, you know, a backlash. It's not saying get this because you need to take care of yourself, right? Because that's what we say. Make your choice, and your best choice is taking care of you. But the outside, like media, news, all of that is bombarding people that if you're not a good person if you don't do this. You're going to kill other people if you don't do this. How people can even wrap their brains around any of this doesn't even make any sense. You know, people say we studied history to not repeat it, yet, you know, what are we doing? Right? What are we doing? Yeah, just the worst things about the virus is the pains. That gives me shivers, Karen. The baby is her. That way, slowing down so we can listen to ourselves is not easy, is easy. Hi, Michelle. I'm gonna be done soon. I'm getting hungry and I'm not pushing myself for an extra hour after I'm hungry today because it's not benefiting me anymore. Sometimes it does. I say that maybe I'll stay, but you know what I mean? It doesn't benefit me. Just scrolling through the comments kind of quick. You're down to 1 milligram, Anita? That's freaking awesome, girl. Anita, that's why I wanted to connect with you more. Yeah, I love you guys finding each other and connecting. Yeah. I follow somebody on Instagram, and like he says, he's like, all my life I've been hired because I'm my expert opinion, right? Who he is in his life, he's been hired because he's got expert opinions. And now all the people, you know, hundreds of people across the world who considered him an expert won't listen to a word he says. He spoke today of a woman who is known to be of ethics expert, and she just got fired for her job for saying what she felt and what she believed, but all her life she's been paid to be an expert for ethics, right? Community post today, Gary Warmerdam posted that a certain workplace, guess what? You guys want me to prove with my papers what I've got? Well, I want everybody who comes into this workplace to prove that they don't have hepatitis C, HIV, and a whole list of other diseases, right? You want to go against the one thing? Well, I want to know about everybody else's medical history. starting to put things into perspective of we have chosen as a collective that we're not going to, you know, go against certain people just because they have certain things inside of their bodies, but now one thing and how it's taken over, right? This is important. Nita, my goodness, it was silent, then my son's phone started playing a song. We're all asleep here. Like, what the? That happened to me a few years ago. I was in, Lily Rose was not home. She had a plastic electric guitar that was downstairs. Days. Never touched it. And one night, she was gone. She was at her dad's, and it started playing in the middle of the night by itself. Nothing touched it. Just started playing by itself. Love you guys. Michelle, I was up till 6:30 a.m. A friend in Norway was going to kill himself. I'm not going to ask for details, but I am going to point out just how guided we are to certain people, right? In order to help. And it's all different ways. Thank you, Michelle. I love you. That way says you can eat while streaming. No, I'm not going to take that route. I stream to speak, right? And that's not a part of my journey to eat while I'm streaming. Yeah, Karen. I'm grateful for my pitfalls. They got me here and now. Yeah. Me too. Michelle, I love Gary and his wife. Me too. Yeah, no kidding, Michelle. I was bawling. Nita, I got given a photo radio by someone whose mom died. It was hers. I woke up in the middle of the night and the radio was on. There was no batteries in it. Exactly. Yeah. This weird shit happens to me all the time. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Karen, I have loads of stories. It's been crazy but worth it. Obviously, I would, if I could, I would have changed this and that. But I'm grateful for it all, even the negativity. Yeah. Michelle, I'm wearing Andrea's ring now. Gary's love, Andrea. Yeah. I love it. Yeah, the dandelions, right? The dandelion pieces are in there. Yeah. I think of Gary and Andrea often. I remember watching a video and she said if I didn't have Gary, I wouldn't have been able to make it through these times. And this was like 2 years ago. And I keep thinking to myself, like, where the fuck is like that anchor thing for me? Because it's like, I was telling Kelly last night, like, something's gotta give, man. Right? What's even the point of having faith when there's just constantly imagining and not in a certain reality? Oh, thanks, Michelle. Your memory. Yeah, that ring was really special. Very powerful. A lot of energy in it. The dandelion wishes. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of anger passed through last night. Just like the what the fuck, right? At some point. Aaron, we used to laugh. One of our pals helping herself to daffodils on the side of a motorway and she got charged. Yeah. I've always taught my kids there are flowers that are wild that it's okay to pick, and there are flowers that people actually planted, like right by the city or by in somebody's yards that people are attached to. They paid for them. It's different. Right? So we can go into a field of dandelions or daisies or wild roses and choose to grab whatever we want to grab. But we don't go into people's yards or in the park, right? You don't go into the park and pick a black-eyed Susie or a tiger lily. But if we're in nature, then you know it's free for all. Anita, wish that for me, and please. Anita, my poor son lost his shit big time. I finally got him to open up to me. He has never talked before. I was so proud of him for talking about it last night. Thanks for sharing, Anita. He's really proud of him too, because the children, right? Oh my God, right? Oh my gosh. Yeah, Karen, the more that you actually go through in your life, the more you actually just have to laugh, or you're going to drive yourself insane. Hi, John Lemon and the Sour Tones. Thank you. Merci. Hi, Jen. Be well, my friend. You as well. How's everything for you? If you feel like commenting again, how's the energies for you, John? John Lemon. You're a sync to me. I was in Mission. I don't know if you've ever passed through Mission, BC, near Abbotsford. I was in Mission, BC, when John Lennon passed away. I can still see myself, right? I'm in the car, the radio's on, and like, boom, everything. I shot out of my body. I was just little. I forget if I was 8 or 9. I shot out of my body, and I was looking down at myself. I was in Mission. Ma'at. Truth. 30. Karen, my son needs to talk, but I'm scared to push him also. Yeah. You can't push. No. You can just be ready. Hold space. Speak through the heart space. Right? Speak in your mind, in your heart, and when he can. And also that thing, Karen, of wrapping him with the energy that I know you need to speak, my boy. It's okay if it's not me. Find the right person. Let the right person come to you. As a person I'm almost 50 years old, right? In 4 months, I'm going to be 50. I've been at a random coffee shop, just passing somebody at the beach, and had been the person that somebody just spits it all out. And then they look at me, and it could be very little, and they could be very old. And they look at me, and they're like, I've never said this out loud. I've had veterans in my lifetime tell me stuff randomly, various places, and look at me and say, I've never even told my wife this. Nobody knows this about me. And that's, you know what I mean? So it's not about who. It's not about being the one that your son speaks to, but empower, hold space, send him the random angel. Could be a passing moment for 5 minutes, 5 hours. Could be like a random, just anything. But that's it. Not attaching. My son doesn't need to speak to me. My son needs to get this out, universe. Encourage through your heart space. He might never say it out loud, but if he's writing it in his journal, if he's writing it in his poetry, if he's at least allowing it to pass through himself, that is so, right? We might never know how somebody sheds something. It doesn't belong to us. We don't own it. But if we empower, allow, send, right? As a mother, we have a certain time that we are the caregiver for our child. We are allowed certain things. But there becomes a part in the soul contract where, guess what? It's their free will. You don't get to decide certain things. But you're still the mama bear. You're still allowed to say, send an angel, send an angel, send an angel. Right? what we think that our children need to do, or our friends or our mothers or brothers, or we don't know. And it might never be us. We might never have, closure or full knowing of anything. But, you know what I mean? I don't know if I said that in a way that, really, but it's really strong in me to really, right? The truth will always come out. Where it comes out, we don't own that, right? And that because I know myself, I have a lifetime of strangers saying to me, I've never said this before, or I can't believe I just met you and I said all this and I'll never see you again, or whatever. And it's out of me now. It's out of me now, right? So yeah, Anita, I do that too. I laugh when something bad happens, but I can see the reason why it happened, and I always say sorry for it happening. Yeah. One of the most beautiful things, I forget who the channel was. Something Oz. He's like, oh my gosh, my daughter put petrol in my truck and my truck is diesel. And then in the next comment is like, it was $400 Australian to fix it. And my comment was like, wow, you guys are so lucky, because $400 to fix a petrol diesel error instead of an impact accident that could have changed your life forever. Like the beauty of, one dumbass thing of using the wrong gas, but the woe of wow, right? Wow, it could have been an accident that made an impact that it wouldn't have even mattered if the whole car was totaled, because one person's body would not be the same after, whether it's just a little bit of pain or a lot or whatever, right? Whatever the from the higher perspective that people have lessons to learn and things happen in our life, and in the beauty of the wrong gas. It's like me in my reality, a couple months ago I passed by an accident where my whole body just started to cry, right? If the person didn't pass away, then he was darn close, because I was there to give energy and I just started instantly crying. And not long after that, I looked at my car and I realized, oh my God, somewhere in a random parking lot, and I don't get out much, so neither of a couple places in the last couple days, because I hadn't walked in front of my car, somebody impacted my car and hit my car. Somebody impacted my car, hit my motherfucking car, and then drove away and didn't leave a note. You know what I mean? But the gratitude, how blessed I felt, right? Oh my gosh, I could have had an accident and had a hit on the road and, known exactly who it was, but the impact, I would have been in the vehicle. It would have been completely different. The inertia of me moving and somebody ramming into me would have been a whole other level of, okay, there's like a serious impact on my car. It looks like shit, right? But the light wasn't affected, nothing motor-wise, and nothing major. So it's like the gratitude for having not been in an actual accident, and that it happened in a way that, feeling blessed, right? Not feeling angry. Like, obviously, like, somebody's going to have some wicked bad karma come back to them, whether it's somebody driving around not plated that didn't want to like declare the accident, or it's whatever the circumstance of that person. That's that person's karma, right? Not my circus, not my monkey. But having gratitude that I wasn't in the vehicle. Yeah, that's good. Letting it out. Anita, he suddenly even turned sick after raging angry, but he was calmer than ever after he spoke to me. Anita, yes, honey. I honestly think it's the way that I approached him this time. I'm proud of myself, too. Love you, sweetie. Gotta go, Michael. You have a great day, too. Yeah, Anita. Same, G. I have random people tell me stuff they have told no one. And I don't even know them. Yeah. But that we're the ones that make it easy because we're not going to hold it against them. We're not there to shame, guilt, or blame them. We're not analyzing it. We're just holding space, right? So especially veterans, people have been through and done things and seen things that they, right? They can't say out loud. They don't know how. And even if they did, all it would do would cause a ripple effect for other people. Did you realize that when you do tell somebody you love how you feel, you make them feel bad? It's very rare that somebody can witness your pain and not say like, oh, this is making me sick. I actually can't listen to this, right? Any woman who's ever been like sexually abused, who are the actual people who hold space for you? Is it your family? Or is it the random stranger that you speak to? Nobody wants to hear the details of nothing that ever happened to your body. Nobody that loves you wants to hear the details. And glory be to those who are able to, right? To be able to witness somebody else's pain, actually listen to it, to let them transmute it, not tell them to be quiet or stop. It's a gift. It really is. Yeah, Michelle, same. People who have never opened up to anyone. Yes, safe harbor. We are mirrors. Safe harbor. Yeah. You've done that before? Put petrol in diesel? You gonna go, Allie? Love you, sweetie. Your dog had the runs yesterday. Not surprised. I don't know. It's not even about having the words, but for myself yesterday, it didn't affect my body, but my whole like mind and how I felt just boom, flipped on a dime. A lot of rage, a lot of anger, a lot of just like, who am I to sit here and say to have faith all the time and use my imagination and all that if I can't fucking manifest anything? It really is like there's so much. It's even hard for me not to be angry right now, right? At some point, something's got to give. Me sitting here and it's like a fucking like Groundhog Day every day, right? Showing up for hours on a certain level, not being able to fucking pay my shit in the background, and nothing more. No timelines are offered to me of like real reality, right? Just doesn't even make any sense. And everything says it's not supposed to make sense. Just do what you're born to do. But it's like, oh, wow, right? At some point. Eating chocolate, Michelle? Right on. 1441. 1441, 1441. Ma'at, truth. My battery's at 2%. Ma'at, truth. There's a great power in telling the truth and allowing it to lead you to higher ground. It's only when we refuse to see the reality of a situation that we lose our power to co-create for the highest good. The Egyptian goddess Ma'at comes to remind you that if you're willing to do a fierce self-inventory and live authentically with rigorous honesty, it will lead you to great success in all areas of your life. Being completely transparent with others, although at first it might feel too vulnerable, is exactly what you need to do right now. When you do this, you'll be flooded with the power to claim a new experience, new freedom, new happiness that will pour into your life like wild, sweet honey. See, that's why I was just saying it gets really hard to read this, right? If you are authentic, if you are transparent, if you allow your vulnerability, that everything just like magically is going to flood into your life. Because it's been the hardest 6 months of my whole entire life of standing in my certain truths and you know what I mean? How it makes other people react, not support me, and there is no, where's the ones? Where's the full circle of certain things, right? Doesn't even make any sense at all sometimes. And that being said, all is well. Right? We're all where we're meant to be. Waiting more longer for our destiny makes it that we're never going to take it for granted. Right? You wait really long for something to come into your reality, and people, friends, community, we ain't never gonna take that shit for granted once it finally happens, right guys? Loves you. Gonna stop before my battery dies and I lose the stream.